All right, add here, and good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Aquatic Morning Show, where the Aquarius go to be in the know, right here on your Aquatic Morning Show. And we have got Victoria Lee and Papa Shrimp, too.
Good morning.
Morning.
I think my audio's not too bad.
Nope, I think it's good. And I would like for an audio check just around the board because I need to make sure that my mic that I normally use is working because I unplugged some things and plugged some things in yesterday.
Good morning, Papa.
Good morning, Victoria. How you doing?
Good. I've got two cameras going, so I'm not sure which one I'm looking at. I could go up, down. Even though
yeah, probably. I had the same thing, but I've got mine above it, so it's, sometimes doing that.
Okay. You know what? I'm following Justice's footsteps.
So I was looking at the computer trying to move things and do things, but I had to remember to look up. All right, I'm just going to make this easy. Eduardo is going to also join us, but I can't seem to get him the link. So I'm just going to put it in chat for Eduardo.
All right, that's better.
All right, there we go. Eduardo, I just put it in chat.
Be careful, Victoria, because Eduardo flirts. He always flirts with me anyways.
Hey, okay, it's going to be a little different this time because I'm not in the chat. Usually I'm acclimating. Now I'm going to acclimate on camera.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to run through and say the good mornings real quick. We've got Mark Sturlson and then Eduardo, and they were talking back and forth. That was quite hilarious to watch as we were getting ready behind stream this morning. Then, I put my glasses back on and I can see. Bunny Viper.
I know. I'm trying not to do that, Jess.
I know. I don't want to. I hate it because of the glare, but I forget. I have to see. Brickley Bell, good morning. Dennis Christensen. Yeah, Brickley, join us whenever you get ready. Sharpie. Too cozy for Schooly. Sharpie, good to see you, man. It's been a few days. Oh, you guys, I need help from the fish fam. Real quick, throw it in here. Patrick Hardy. His phone is disconnected and not working, and I am desperately trying to get a hold of him. So if there is any way you guys know how to get a hold of him any other way other than his phone, can you guys let me know? That would be a great help. All right, moving on. Monster Fish Cow, Miss Lori, good morning. New local, Austin. Always wondered what it was like before the stream. Yes, thinking definitely get into it, and some awesome conversations as well. Levi, good to see you. Levi Mees. Barbara Jackson.
I feel so inactive. I gotta type something.
You're good. You're doing good. Greg, good morning, Greg. And let's see, Melvin, good morning, Melvin. And I think I made it to the bottom of chat. There are still people filtering in was the word I was going for, filtering in. I need a dab. There we go. Just stopping by to say what's up.
It's so funny to hear you say that.
I need a dab.
Yeah, it is. It is a trip to hear it.
I need a dab, a dab-a-doo. Got a catch. Wait, forgot your beats at home. No lurking. Gonna have to catch the replay. All right. Well, darn. I don't get to see. I need a dab a lot during the stream. But that's okay. Catch the replay. That's always good too. Oh, and you guys, okay. We have gotten really bad about not hitting the like button. Not just on my stream. Across the board. Yes, so I am bad. I will hit it, but I don't ever hit it until the stream. Awesome. But if you will hit it during the stream, it tells YouTube to send it out to some more people. So yes, please hit that like button for us. And Mark Sturlson said, hey, it's time to wake up. right. And Eduardo.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
You bet. No problem. Welcome, Victoria. Oh, who's that?
Good morning.
Who's that? What's
Your
that
bestest
there?
friend, Eduardo.
What's that there?
So I just found the chat and I figured out how to type into it, so you guys are in trouble.
Oh,
You got to do it on the YouTube side, right?
double
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
there.
I didn't know that. So kind of like as a viewer, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep, you can do both. Thank you.
Hi,
very
Eduardo. It is lovely to see your face.
Oh, it's in my channel. You can see it once in a while in there. Unless you're not looking at the fish. That's what you have to do. The sun is beaming straight across, so I look whiter than white right now.
Oh, that's
It's doing great.
yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it's making you really HD, very, ultra 4K.
Yeah, right. That's the Puerto Rican side of me, Victoria.
We can see all the white hairs in high definition.
I'm gonna start saying that. Ultra 4K.
Oh,
No,
Jesus,
let's not go there.
I know. I shouldn't talk.
Yeah, Victoria, you'll notice in the chat that they'll soon start saying, "Oh, look, Eduardo's there. Noah's gonna have a chance to talk now."
Hey,
That's not true, by the way.
but we love you
Sorta.
for it anyway.
Am I too far away from the
Yes.
camera? Should I bring it closer?
No, you're
No,
good.
you actually the picturesque of
Yes.
all the plants and stuff around you looks really good.
It's very pretty.
It's
Yes.
just weird because I normally see you guys and you guys are so far away now. So it's like, it's just,
I try to put the camera as far away as I possibly can, but I can't. I got tanks in front of me.
Right, right. That's not a bad thing to have. It's not a bad problem to have.
No, it isn't. It isn't.
Right, I'm
It's really
gonna
cool.
Up a little bit. Okay. All right. And I guess my mic is okay. My
Yes,
volume's
mic is
fine?
you sound wonderful as usual.
Good deal.
Yep.
Good deal. I bought one of those extra USB ports to where you can plug in more. Well,
Right.
my mouse has to be plugged into the laptop instead of into that port. Well, I didn't know if that was how it was going to have to happen with my mic and everything else. And I was like, then what was the point of buying the darn thing? But it's working. Then good deal. Didn't have enough USB ports on my laptop. But all right. So I have a few questions before we start showing, which you're going to show off, Victoria.
Got a lot of goodies.
Yes. I want to know how you got started into fish.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, so it's really weird and it's very spotty and it's all a blur. And I'm going to be honest, it hasn't been long. So basically, I've been a gardener always. I've had like a tank here and there that my grandma set up for me. She's the one responsible for everything. But I was never really into it. Quarantine hit. And then I happened to have a roommate that had a fish bowl with a betta in it. They didn't really do much maintenance on it, nothing like that. It wasn't like intentionally, but they just really didn't know, like most people. Well, I kind of took a liking to this betta. Next thing you know, I'm taking this betta with me every morning to the garden while I'm watering. Like, it was just, the bowl was so tiny. Yeah, it was the weirdest thing because I wasn't a fish keeper, so I didn't know that was like not appropriate. So I would grab my little bowl and go outside with it just like this.
No,
What
I'm
was
laughing that you would take the bowl with you outside and you would carry him
I
around with you.
And I would put it right next to me in the shade. I mean, I knew enough to do that part, but
Yeah.
water, spend the day with him. But eventually that fish passed away. You know, I went on vacation, came back, the family didn't have it anymore. So I moved out, quarantine hit, and I was gardening. I live in Chicago. The winters are so long. Brought the gardening inside, started with that, tinkering with plants. And then that honestly was what really set it all off. It started with the plants, then the fish, and then now I'm just learning other things. But I like aquascaping and yeah. So that's it in a nutshell. It's
Right.
basically quarantine hit. I'm a gardener. Long winters, not enough time to garden, and then
So-
brought the gardening inside.
What part of the country are you in to have long winters?
Chicago, Illinois.
Ooh.
So I don't know how many. We don't get anything. What, 5 months or 6 of summer, right? Yeah,
Wow.
no, I think.
Yeah,
Somebody
I think-
comment. I don't know how long our winters are, but they're not long at all. It's terrible. But that's really what started it, Jess, honestly. And then this
Wow.
year, I'm getting into fish. But I was doing it's been 3 years, I've been doing like aquascaping plants, no fish whatsoever, maybe a betta here and there. But now it's just like balls to the walls. Like the species are going up. Like I want every species in here.
Yep, exactly. So how many tanks do you have now?
Okay, let's count. Let's do inventory because it changes all the time. It's a revolving door. Like so, I aquascape for friends. Like if they get married, I'm gifting an aquascape. If it's your birthday, you're getting an aquascape. So even though it's a surprise, it's to be expected. Like I've become that person. But I do make sure that it's wanted and they're able to care for it or something. But yeah.
That's what size tanks do you gift them?
Oh, so I normally, for friends, I do these right here.
Okay.
The 5 gallons.
Yeah.
And then I do the 7 and 5s. That's it. And then I just found these. I'm gonna start doing these. And then you did ask me how many tanks I had. I didn't answer. But I'm gonna start doing these because this is a lot more attainable and it's not as scary. I feel like the 5 gallon is safe because the water parameters are nice and big and comfy. But then I'm thinking like, who really has time to make room for a 5 gallon? This is something you could take to the office. So I'm gonna try to like just narrow it down to something smaller where they could take to the office.
Now, how many gallons is that? A 3? Like
this is actually 1.5 gallons, which blows my mind because it doesn't look it.
No, it does. It looks like a 3 gallon.
Exactly. It's kind of amazing. So I found that. I'm gonna work on that, and then let's go over the tanks. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 total here. And then I take care of 25 total.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you take care of other people's tanks as well?
Yeah. And then I had to start a business because I love it and I want to do it. So I can't do it. I can't afford to do it on my own. So taking care of other people, buying fish for other people, buying plants for other people, I get my fix. That's honestly the only reason why I do it, because it enables me like fully. So I highly recommend, if you're really into it like I am, like turn it into a business somehow, maybe maintenance service, maybe aquascaping. It really helps financially. But that's what I'm doing.
That's such a really good idea.
It was an accident. All of it.
Hey, it doesn't matter whether it's accident or not. If you get to do what you love, makes days so much better, don't it, Papa Shrimp?
Yes.
Firsthand.
Hey, that's honestly, that's the only way that I survive going through all the crap that I have, is that I love shrimp. I love my aquariums, and as long as I'm working on them and taking care of them and keeping them, and I got aquariums going, then I'm happy. Everything else doesn't matter. I can, everything else does not matter.
Yeah.
Eduardo, did you have any tanks at school?
Yes, the last thing I took down before I closed out and said goodbye to my classroom after 8 years was the tank. I had the mollies. I gave all the babies away to the kids. They took them home. And then the parents, I kept the parents, and then the biology teacher came down and I gave her, she started 2 years ago, so she got those. She got that and the tank.
Okay. So I got to have one at work.
You have to.
So have you ever set up any tanks for anybody else because people know that you do fish tanks and stuff? Eduardo?
I would say about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Just before I moved into my house here, I had done probably, I did Sharon, Carol, Diane, who are all, Carol was where I was in Naples, and Diane and Sharon are here in Lehigh. So I did 4, and Trent.
Okay.
So Trent was he got a 125. He got a big tank. But then again, he lives in one of these huge Fort Myers apartments. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And he wanted to have it in the wall, so he had to create the wall and put it in there. And then he wanted me to set it up, so I set it up with him. And he bought everything. I want this, I want that, I want that. I said, okay, just give it to me. I'll do it. It took me 2 days just to set his well, not 2 days, but several hours a day, just to set everything up to start scaping it. And he had oh my God, dragon stones, tons. I mean, he had more dragon stones than I could probably ever have in my entire fish tanks.
And that's the
he
day
wanted
you got
all
the
that. Yeah, and then he wanted cichlids. So he went on his own. He did his own research on cichlids and stuff with his wife. His wife, I think, picked out most of all the fish because she is like color coordinated. I want the fish to match the curtains. And I was like, what?
That's kind
oh, yeah. So they got it was easy to escape because of the
Brennan.
It just basically took all the skate took all the all the bottom center of the tank, and then he wanted a corner, and then he had the sump. I had to set the sump up. So yeah, that was the biggest one and the most difficult one.
Victoria, when you do these gifted tanks, what fish do you give them, or do they pick the fish and put in them, or you just do the scape, or
I try to control the fish part because normally what I end up doing is, I'm going to be fully honest with you, I don't deal with professionals. I'm lucky if I end up with one this year. I'm dying to run into someone that knows how to maintain a tank and like, hey, I want to skate. No, I run into clients that from A to Z, they don't know what they're doing. So from the skate, the stones, the plants, the fish, to maintenance, I'm doing all of it. So I'm walking into these projects knowing that I need to maintain my own skate. So, and it's actually fun. If you want to know a little bit more about the picking of the fish, I can give you more detail.
Cool, go for it.
Okay, so actually, I work a lot with, I work directly with Jason from Primetime Aquatics. He does the swaps and everything like that. So what I do is, he's like the king of species profiles and stuff like that. So going to Jason, I'm like, hey, I'm building a 125. I'm doing a planet tank, and what kind of species are not going to annihilate the plants and whatever. So I tell him what I'm going to use, what I'm going to create, what my vision is, what stones I'm using, like the savory stone, for example. It's going to hike up the pH, or if I'm saying that wrong, correct me. But it helps a lot. But that's my personal process. Just going to a professional and being like, hey, what's good? I'm using this stone. It's going to raise the pH, and I'm going to have plants. What kind of fish can I put in there? And they don't like doing maintenance. So they will be skipping maintenance every now and then. So I need something, a fish that's very tough, or I need a fish that's very delicate, so it's very nice, very tailored, like behind the scenes. Yeah.
I like Jason. Jason's been on the show actually. Back when I think right after Aquashella Orlando the last year. Is where I met Jason.
2 years ago,
yeah, for the first time. So you did a video with Jason was in it.
I did?
Yeah.
It was probably my first Aquashella.
Yes. Well, it was when you were setting up your you were setting up, was it a 125 maybe? The big tank.
The new one that I'm doing now. Wait, are you talking to me? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, I am, yeah.
Oh, okay. I keep thinking you're talking to someone else. So right now, I've actually got here, I'm going to bring it on camera really quick to show you. So I'm prepping for a huge build, which I start tonight. It's going to be in a nightclub downtown Chicago. It's called Babylon. Wow. So I think it's a Syrian bistro vibe, but it's not really about the food. They open twice a week. It's Saturdays and Sundays. And it's only from 5 p.m. to 1. So it's very that, there's not, the tanks are not going to be viewed, but twice a week. That's it. The chefs are going to see it every day. The owner. But I basically need, Jess, I wanted to bring you into this project with Axolotls. I don't know if you remember a while back, I had messaged you.
Yeah. I got plenty.
He is obsessed with axolotls, and that's why I had commented I need a big school of axolotls. So this whole week, I don't know if you follow me on social media, I've been buying plants, everything for the nightclub aquascape. In a nightclub setting, it gets pretty hot, obviously, right? Yeah. So we have a chiller. So I'm looking into that stuff. But if all goes according to plan, I will be buying out all your axolotls if they fit in a 125.
Sweet. If it's a hot nightclub, though, you'll have to probably get a chiller. Because they
That's
need
what
to
I was
keep water.
thinking.
Yeah. They need to stay under 70 for sure.
Now, be honest, Jess. Would you try to discourage the owner from keeping that axolotl moment alive, or like changing his mind and doing a different thing, which is what I honestly want to
I
do.
would honestly, as much as I need to sell the axolotls, I would change his mind on the axolotls in
I would love to. It
because
just doesn't seem like a recipe for success.
I mean, it would be cool, especially if you got one that glowed and under those kind of lights and everything. I mean, it would be really cool, but
Yeah.
in all actuality, you're gonna have to end up getting a chiller. I don't think I think it's a recipe for a disaster. But
You said it's a nightclub, right?
yeah,
Axolotls do not do well with loud music and vibrations. They do not. They start spazzing out when they start feeling that tank
Okay, we're
start
not
shake
doing
and move.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it. See,
So
I'm
there's
in this.
that.
I'm in this for the right reasons. Anytime that it just brushes up against something that is doing something like that harmful to an animal or an environment, stuff like that, that's when I'm out. And I just respectfully decline. So I'll try to. Do you guys have any suggestions for the 125? I've got plans. I'm doing lava rock. I'm doing. It's 125. It's big and gorgeous, and we've got time.
I am a nano person, so I don't know.
Me too. Me too. That's
Nice
another
South American tank would be really nice. Lots of South American fish like angelfish, severums, stuff like that would be really, really pretty.
Angels, no, Brendan, would they be able? They're all right with the boom boom.
Yeah, they're a bit more or less sensitive than what an axolotl would be.
Okay.
So I would say so. I mean, I pound my music here in the fish room sometimes, and it doesn't seem to bother them.
Victoria, Brennan, that's what he does for a living. He does maintenance.
Aquarium, maintenance and setup.
Aquarium maintenance.
Maintenance that scares me.
He's a
What's
good
that?
one to know, to ask questions and also have in your back pocket.
Oh yeah.
Like Jason.
I've always I have a lot of people that want me to do maintenance service, and I won't do it.
Yeah.
It can be a pain in the butt.
It's just like being responsible to that degree.
Especially when you get people that know nothing. It's a little bit more frustrating, but those customers are also where you make most of your money.
Yeah. You can have full control. Like, I feel like if you walk into a situation and it's like, all right, I need maintenance service 50% of the time. And I'm like, well, that leaves a lot of room for error. Well, actually 100% room for error because we're doing different things. And then the chemistry or whatever is going like this.
And then that part, though, is down to you because a lot of people do want to learn. But that part is up to you to teach them and get them on that flow and flowing in the same direction you are with that tank.
I've got some really stubborn people. I don't want to
so do I.
I'd like to say that at least 4 days out of the week, I walk into a maintenance service catastrophe, and it's just like, what did you do? What happened? And there's always a situation where we have to sit down for 10 minutes and go over like, how many times did you feed? Where was the lighting at? Like, did you leave it on? So that's always me all week.
I had one customer that kept turning up the CO2 on his tank, and he bombed his tank with CO2 a few times. Well, I got pissed off when he did it the last time. And I took apart the regulator so he couldn't turn the dial. He couldn't nothing. He's like, I want him to grow faster, so I turned up the CO2. No, now you're not going to do nothing.
Okay, that's funny. So I did something similar. I went to one of the shops. So I have a storefront. It's not mine. It's somebody's. And then they allow me to put scapes here and there just to show them off. And I go in there every time the lights are off because the customers come in. And they're like, that's not healthy for the animals. That's a nocturnal animal. These are scapes. They have caves. They have moments where they can be like, listen, I want to be antisocial. Goodbye. Well, the kids unplug them. And then with the light still, that filters everything. So I come in at midnight to check everything every day. And I'm plugging everything in. Tanks have been off all day. But yeah, same thing. So what I did is I bought all Bluetooth lighting. They don't have any buttons and it can't touch them at all.
Technology's great.
Dude, keep it coming. We need more of it. Like, I want the lid to like lock in electronically.
Oh yeah, that would be beautiful. Padlock, everything.
Yeah, when you're working in a public space, that's something because I'm new in the hobby, right? I'm new to Aquashella. I've only been to 2 Aquashellas. and I'm new to everything, maintenance service, building scapes like publicly. And it's only been 2 years, and boy, has it been a treat. Oh my God. It's just people don't leave their tanks alone. At home, it's a very controlled environment, which is why you see most of my tanks are here and not in the gallery. The gallery has 0 tanks. Actually has 1 tank, and it's 125. It has nothing in it. And I can't keep it there because I have a constant flow of people walking in that might temper with the light, the water, or, they might watch something in the sink with resin or something. It's very important having control, I think, in this hobby.
Right.
For sure.
Ozone. Well, like me personally, it usually gets charged by the hour and by the service. Meaning, you charge an hourly rate, and then depending on what you're doing, whether it be water changes, regular maintenance, or setup or something like that, you're going to charge them for that too. That's usually how I go about it. I'm not sure how Victoria does it, but most people go by hourly rates.
For maintenance service?
Yep.
Much love. See y'all
Papa
later.
Shrimp. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by.
All right. Have a good one.
Go have your hair, dudes.
Just have to comment really quick. Your hair looks so beautiful this morning. The size of that moment is everything.
Well, thank you. I did not want to crimp it, and my back is killing me from landscaping yesterday. So I was like, okay, this is all I'm going to do.
Oh, God. The landscaping. It started this week for me, too. Ugh.
It's 100 freaking degrees outside, and
90.
The humidity
85.
is
I have 2
102.
fans going at once.
Man, how the hell is it hotter in freaking Ohio than it is in Florida? What is
Yeah,
wrong
it is
with this world?
No.
85 right now, but the humidity is skank. I got the uplands. I got that fan and that fan just blowing the hell out of here. Oh, my hair was out of place. I was telling Mark
I
earlier
think
today.
with the heat index, we were at like 112, but then
Something
you
like
add that humidity, and you just can't breathe. You're sweating everything out, and then you can't breathe on top of it. But
Yeah, it feels like a comforter. I call it comforter weather.
yes, not this. When you uncover.
But this is my favorite time of year to be in Chicago. My best friend lives in Chicago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Chicago is beautiful. Let me not get
This time of
started.
year, it's gorgeous. I was there once for my birthday in November. I was supposed to stay 10 days. I stayed 3.
Oh my God, that's kind of what
I
happened.
was freezing. I was like, no.
Wait.
See you later. Bye. Thanks for the
Oh no,
cake.
you
I flew
hated
back.
it. I thought you were saying you loved it. You hated it.
No, I hated being there during the wintertime.
Oh, I take it all. Dude, I'm not
No.
kidding. I wear a mini skirt and a hoodie during the winter with some high boots. Oh my God, forget it. This is the things you can do with fashion. When you live in a cold environment, like fall has a moment, then winter, then spring.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just the plants. It's not just the way it looks. The feel, the way you look. Like you can do things you can't do out in Florida or whatever,
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me not sell it to you. Chicago.
You go outside and your hair falls down because you worked an hour on getting your hair done or whatever. You walk outside and it just goes flat because of the humidity. So,
Right
yeah.
back down.
Yep. So
No, Chicago's great. I mean, I love Chicago in the summertime. What was that? I was there in July. I mean, I go there almost every year. And July, and towards the end of July, before school started in August, wow, that thing was hot. That was so hot. It was like scoldering. I wanted to be in air conditioning. And normally, because I am in Florida, I'm in the Lanai, so I'm outside.
Oh, you're in Florida.
Yeah, I'm in Florida now. Yeah.
Yes. Where are you?
And
Louisiana.
Louisiana, and then Misfit.
Northern Ohio.
Wow.
he's the closest to you, Victoria. And it's like, out here, it's great, but the temperature drops a lot sometimes because there's like nothing around me. But I literally took all the
Chicago's
heaters out.
fluctuation. It's like winter today, summer tomorrow.
Bunny Viper, I refuse to waste an hour on my hair anymore. And it shows.
Hey, Jess, all caps, if you ever want to move somewhere and you want to look beautiful all the time, Chicago is the place to be. Skin, hair, Chicago is so kind.
Oh, I can't do cold though, so I'm like,
Girl,
I'm
that's
like
when you
Florida.
that's when you do the fish room.
Yeah, I'd stay inside all the time.
I don't blame you.
If it was hoodie weather, year round, I'd be the happiest son of a gun in the world.
You and my son would. I mean, yeah, he wears hoodies
You
in
and
the
your hoodies.
summer, and I'm like,
I
I
do
don't
too.
get it.
I do too.
I don't get it. I don't see how you
If I'm
don't.
going out to like a bonfire or something like that, I'll wear a hoodie
It's
or
90.
something like that. But I'm not trying to roast
Beach out
alive.
hoodie is good too.
Right.
I like hoodie at the beach.
Real quick, you guys, we've had a lot of people roll in here. We've got Dorothy, X-Joy, Whips World, Dee Dee's Finned In, ABC Aquatic, Biotop Creations, James Nature's Aquatics, British Josh, Suzuki Booch, Caged Aquatics.
Good morning. I'm on the other side.
Stephen P, Crypt
Crypt
Keeper, Peplin, Kelly Foreman, Matt, Liquid Zoo. Yeah, like everybody rolled up in the second half, or well, not quite the second half, but second half of me saying good mornings. How about that?
And at this moment was when the nerves set in.
Ozone 57. I think Science Gal, Carrie, good morning. James McCoy.
James Nature
is,
Aquatics.
Yeah, Gracie is like, oh my gosh, she's about to domino any day. Like, thought she was going to do it 2 days ago. So,
Avanowski's
puppy
also in.
duty.
All right, I had to say something in the chat. I felt like I was being too quiet.
You're fine. You're doing good.
Maybe
Fishy
you can raise some
Mon.
nice levels. I don't know.
Fishy Mon. I love how he just throws them eyes up. You don't say nothing, just throws them eyes up. He's watching. He's there. He's watching.
Lurking is what he does. He lurks. He
Yeah.
lurks like that.
Yep.
Don't
All
forget to smash the like button, guys.
That's right. That like button. Hit that
I'm
like
trying to
button.
find the emoji for the smash, and I can't. It's not the eggplant. I know that. So, which one is it?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I didn't know
I
there
will get
was.
this figured out. I swear, this is going to be the bumpiest ride live streaming because I've done it with. I think I've done it with John, but it's very like quick on the phone, and I don't really mess with the chat. I'm just like escaping or doing something weird.
Right.
But this one, I'm sitting, I'm reading, I'm trying to comment. So this is interesting, Jess. Thank you.
Then add on top of that, making sure you've got stuff to play, making sure you've got everything pulled up. Yeah, like all the other stuff that goes along to like doing a.
You see, I've seen what that looks
this.
like, but I've never used it.
It's crazy.
Oh, I know you've got a tree going on over there. Like you've got, yeah. I know.
And I've got this cool little wheel thing that I bought. It's called a broadcast clock creator.
Oh yeah, it's like a board, right?
Well, it's actually like a clock. It's a round like clock, and you go through and you put, okay, well, at this time you want to do this, and then it goes around, and it counts, and you just put where you want to do things, and as the stream goes through, it sends reminders to you. Okay, it's time to do this. Okay, it's time to do this. Okay, this time you want to do this.
Oh, I need that.
And
I don't need that because I don't stream, but I need that. Like,
and I've never used it. I've never filled it in like I need to. It's just another one of those cool things that I've got to use that I just haven't
you
done.
should really try it out. That sounds badass. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I really want. I mean, like I said, I got it. I just stopped.
If I told you how many things I have just sitting to the side that I started like buying when I met the hobby, like gimbals and things like that I don't touch, I don't use. I have an $800 gimbal sitting upstairs. I'm never using it. It's been 3 years. It's probably out of date.
Wow.
And that's just to give you an example. That's the most extreme measure. Everything else is just audio and switches and plugs and lenses.
See, I'm weird about it. I've been streaming for a little bit. I put out quite a few streams now, and I still can't justify spending more than $100 on a camera.
I bought cords for this stream, and not that for last time when I was going to get on. I bought the camera to connect my Canon, and I got the computer, which just got delivered. And I'm sitting here streaming on my phone because I don't know how to plug it in. I'm an artist. I know how to create. And I just wish that I had somebody step in and just handle all of this, the lighting. And it's a lot, Joss. Like what you do every morning, like hats off, wigs off, all of it.
It is a lot, but I enjoy it.
I know, I get it. I enjoy it too. That's why I'm so stubborn. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it.
Q Finn, hello. It's coming through Twitch. Awesome.
What is
Really?
up with that? You
Twitch.
Twitch crowd coming in and stuff. I've never
Yeah.
met the Twitch.
Yep, we got we stream through Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and then when we start, it sends out a tweet. So
Stop it. So
yep.
when you start on YouTube, it's streaming on there at the same time.
correct.
Wow.
Using StreamYard, you're able to pick YouTube and Twitch to stream from at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Wow.
That's right.
Okay.
I want a I do want a camera, a really nice I don't know, Canon or whatever, but I do want a really nice.
Yes, I'm gonna send you mine. It's just an option, but I swear by it. She's amazing.
Yeah.
And
I will
it's like
say-
you film and you could send it to your phone immediately, post
Yeah.
it, or to YouTube. It connects to everything.
Wow.
For what you do, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with it. You know
Yeah.
more than I do. You'd be able to set that in the live stream, like.
I will say, I'm really interested in the camera
I'll send you the
that
stuff after
Steven
this.
just got, that Olympus
Yeah.
waterproof camera, 4K.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm dying for that. Oh, you listen. If you thought you couldn't get me out of my tanks now, imagine if I had a waterproof camera. I'd be in the
I know.
whole.
I do. I want one. Last year I took my phone and I just put it in the Ziploc bag. And I did. I mean, I took some really good footage of it that way, but it, it's still not as good as it could be with a GoPro or a underwater camera would be. And
I've
that,
been
I love it. I love it.
I've been trying to do the GoPro thing with my phone. I just put it right up against the glass when I'm
Yeah.
like, just do one of these, and it's just like you can hear the phone screeching across.
Found a trick. I used it once. Get
Yeah.
a gallon or get like a gallon baggie, Ziploc baggie.
Uh-huh.
Put your phone in it and put it underwater.
Yeah, that's what I did last year.
Wait,
in the,
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are crazy. That's so scary.
Well, I mean, most
Ziploc
phones
bags
these
are
days-
waterproof. They're sealed
Yeah,
to
they're-
be waterproof.
Right.
So
Yeah, but are we really going to trust these corporations?
yeah, I've done it a
Up
few
to
times
certain
already.
depth, they're supposed to be waterproof. If you've never had the base changed or if you've never broke the screen or anything, up to a certain depth, they are supposed to be. But we put them inside a Ziploc bag and then put them in. So you have another layer of, protection. So it works pretty good.
Do you know what I just bought that's waterproof, which makes no sense? External hard drive.
It kind of doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
No.
It really doesn't. Like, when am I going to be exporting and importing images in the middle of the ocean or something? I don't know. That just didn't make sense. Unless there's a base that I don't know of that we're supposed to go to at some point.
James Nature Aquariums, good morning. And he says Chris Lukup uses a small aquarium in streams to put his camera in. And I remember seeing that too. Yep. He uses a small aquarium and puts that camera in it to video around instead of using an underwater camera. So like I've got two. One's it's probably not even half a gallon, like a 0.25. It's one of those little, you don't use anything except for like take pictures in it. I could put that in the water and use that. I forgot about that. That's a good idea. iPhone 13
You should really set that up.
because I love, and it's so hard already to take pictures of guppies, right? Because they don't stop moving, so it makes it hard for your phone to focus. But I love taking underwater footage of when I have them outside in my pond because the colors of them. Y'all think fish are pretty inside? Put them outside and take video. Oh my God, they
I
are.
also can't next to a window.
Gorgeous.
You'll never see the most beautiful cichlids in the world than cichlids that have been grown outside in a pond.
Outside. Yep.
Yep.
The
And
colors
Yeah,
and
the colors they get is insane.
Makes you wonder
You get
why. Is it
vitamin
because
D.
they're eating insects, or is it just because of the sun?
It's a
the
mixture
sun,
of
the
both.
vitamin D.
I think it's
It's
a combo.
definitely a mixture
I
of
think
both.
it's the sun.
Yeah.
I personally think it's the vitamin D that they get from the sun.
I think it does have a lot to do with the vitamin D. But I do think
I
it's
know
got
I was better with it.
with what they get to eat also because they get instead of being fed on at certain times and certain things, they get it's kind of like random. And if you feed, because I also feed outside too. So they get all the little bugs that come in there, and they get the feeding that I get. So they get a lot. But
also remember, because they're outside, it's a lot like their nature.
Yeah.
It's like their natural habitat. So in a really, I'm talking about a really nice setup pond that's naturally, with the flowers or with the plants and the substrate that's there. And then the sun if the sun hits the any side of the top of the tank, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Because the koi, they shine. I mean, they literally glitter when the sun hits them. So I think
for koi.
My favorite question is, and I shouldn't laugh at it because I asked the same thing, but when people ask, well, can I put that fish outside?
You have no idea how I crack
where they
up
came
over here
from.
when people ask that. I'm like,
They
oh my
didn't come
God.
from space.
They didn't come from out. I'm like, where they're from? Pluto?
Right.
I'm like, oh my God.
But you do understand their question because, we keep them in tanks inside. We want to, you understand their question, but it's kind of like, did you really just ask if you could put a fish outside?
I think I agree, Jess. I think the question should be asked: is it safe to put this type of fish outside in my temperature?
Yes.
Or parameters and stuff? But when they say it's safe to put the fish out there, I just fall out of my chair. Where did they come from?
I don't know. I had one customer ask me if they could keep axolotls outside all year round.
Yikes.
Oh, what's up with that? They're from Mexico, but they're like cold, and then they can't be in the heat. So what's up with that?
The water that they are in is extremely cold flowing water.
Cold.
Yeah,
I got
is in Mexico, but that river or lake river that they were in was. And so
it's just cold, and they're just in cold water.
And that's really where they're from, right? Just that part of the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which
They're
does
found in rivers, lakes, and streams all over that part of Mexico. And then after everybody got interested in them, poof, they all pretty much disappeared.
They don't have any at all. It's like the cherry barbs. I've actually had a few messages on my social media where it's like, hey, those are native to our land, our shores. I go to the shorelines, we don't see them anymore. It's like, how do you have them? And I'm like, listen, I didn't go harvest them. I didn't import them. Like, I bought them from somebody that probably breeds them here. So, but it is happening everywhere. Kind of sad.
Definitely.
Well, with the environment being destroyed in all these other sections of the world, we're losing the access to these fish. So when they ask that question, can I put them outside? I always think to myself, well, we're creating a habitat for them, their environment in our cubes. And I mean, that's my biggest challenge. I mean, the thing is that I want to create in the cube the best world that they can have as if they were able to be out in the wild. Did you just show a puppy?
Yeah, Matt said, I want the dog, please.
Take it. He's up for adoption. I'm over him. 9 years. I'm done.
The lake in Mexico was drained where they thrive.
Yes.
So, Jess, you sell fish, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. What do you have? So here's what I'm going through. I'm going through this thing. I don't know if it's a phase or not, but I love supporting small businesses, and I haven't attacked you yet, so I need to. And you kind of know what I have. Do you have anything that you think I could add to my collection? And I can go through what I have if you want.
Yeah, tell me what you got.
Okay, so yellow rock cubensis, killifish. Okay. I just got 6 pea puffers, but only 3 made it.
Okay.
I got cherry barbs, GPDs, chili raspboras, ghost knife fish, guppies, which I'm over. I don't want any more guppies. I want to get rid of.
Okay, say that. Love the guppies.
I know, but like, and they're beautiful. If you know what, I should do a giveaway and give away all my guppies. There's like over 100.
Woo! Are they mosh pit guppies or are they a certain type of guppy?
See, that's the thing. I don't know the difference. They're gorgeous, though. The females are gigantic. I mean, they're like thumbs at this point.
Yeah.
And I started they're from when I originally started. So I've been separating them. Like if they have a spawn, I don't know if this is what you're supposed to do, but if they have a spawn, I'll like get that spawn out, right? And I won't allow them to spawn right back to back. I'll skip a generation. And they look so good, the colorations and everything.
Well, guppies can breed back to back to back to back. But it's up to you if you want to, I don't know if the guppies you have predate on their young or not, but you can pull the babies if you want to. But
there's no males anymore. It's just females and thousands of little grains of rice everywhere.
yeah, I love
ABC
I love
Kenny just put shiners. Don't you got shiners anywhere coming on, Jess?
Well, I changed my mind with the rainbow shiners. I
did?
was on board, was all about going to get the rainbow shiners. But when I seen the list that I got from the gift card from Jonas that Stephen gave me from ABC Bioshop Creations,
Right.
I went through and looked at all the different fish, and I fell in love with the rainbow darter.
Oh, yes.
So,
That's still good. Still good.
That's
a good fish.
what I'm getting. I'm getting 7.
Oh,
rainbow
my God.
darters. 4
Is
males.
that the ones that look like they have like rockets?
Well, they
flames
look like
coming
gobies. They look like gobies.
Like
Yeah.
goby. Okay, I gotta look them up.
Yep, they look
Oh,
like
I have
gobies.
the last
Really
one. I have
gobies.
shrimp, cherry, and neocaridina. I mean, they're neocaridina, cherry, and then blue. So,
Yeah.
what would you recommend?
Ooh. What killies do you have?
Let's bring it on in. Here, we're gonna take a little walk over there.
Did you get the killies from me?
No, these I found them, and this is an impulsive buy. I went to a local shop here, and they had them, and I just went nuts. Let's see if I can get them.
Like the golden. Those look like the golden wonder, don't they?
Yep.
You got a lot. That one's got a lot of red on its gill plate, though.
It's a male and a female.
They're not the P82s. They're not the Gardner eye.
Kenny, if you can see them, tell us what they look
Yeah.
like.
They're gorgeous, male and female.
They are pretty. Yeah.
Now, I had
Justin,
an
make
accident
your
with
picture
her, so
bigger.
her body is like crooked. And I'm going to be honest, I had an accident. It could happen to anyone. Well, actually, I'll tell the horror story if you want me to.
What? No, I'm sorry. Say that again. You did what?
Oh, I had an accident with a female, so her body's actually crooked. I was siphoning water out, and something happened.
Oh, it happens.
You sucked her up. Just say
Yeah.
it. You sucked her up. Yeah.
Oh, I
There you
sucked her up, and then she was bruised up for like 3 weeks. It was like the scariest thing. So I don't even know if she can bear a spawn or anything at all. I don't know if that's
That's surprising.
Similar with that happened to a dojo loach. You know how dojo. If you've ever kept dojo loaches, you know how weird
Yeah.
and how they just swim randomly. Well, the one swam right up his tube
they're
and got his
just
freaking
right
head stuck
there.
in my python hose, and like it got stuck. I had to take my whole python apart just to get his head unstuck. And when I pulled him out, his head was bright blood red.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God, my stomach.
And it's a golden dojo loach. So and he stayed like that for the longest time. Even 2 years later now, he's still got a little bit of discoloration in his head.
Oh no.
You gave
so
her a brain
you guys
tumor,
were on
Brennan.
that food. And then
You gave them a
somebody,
brain
I think in the chat, or somebody that was on camera had mentioned their loach had burning on the skin that almost looked like vertigo. Do you guys remember?
Dee Dee. That happened to Lee the Dee Dee. Dee Dee was the one
Right.
who mentioned it because
So
of
then
her
I was going
Peter
through
or
the same
something
thing.
like that.
Right when she was going through that, I was going through it too. So my loach popped out yesterday and it's gone. I thought it was, I didn't know what to make of it. So I'm pretty sure it was ammonia burn.
Good chance. They are small, or they have scales, but they're very tiny. So that could probably be it. They're a lot more sensitive to that kinds of things.
Yep.
Oh, Jess, what about angels? Do you have angels?
I do have
yeah.
some angels. In fact, we've got the angels that are they're pearl scale,
They're
marble.
right behind you.
Yeah, Philippine blue. Yeah. Well,
They're right
no,
behind
these are the well, okay, they're part this, but they've got some lines on them and they're pearl
Right.
scale. These are just the
Those are-
Philippine blues. And I only have one left of them right now. But these others, they're prettier than these. The ones that I've got for sale right now, they're prettier than these.
Now,
Hmm.
if I get those,
And they're just the right size for shipping too.
okay,
Should I be
how
getting
many
those
of those
today?
would you do together? How many should I do?
And a 125.
No. This would be for me. So, okay, let me think. Let me
Okay.
think what I can put
Yeah.
them in. Let me think. See, this
All
is
those-
this is impulsive right here, but I'm determined.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the
Making-
tanks you
I'm
have
making
there,
room.
Victoria, all the tanks you have there are not if it's not bigger, it's not. 29 should be the smallest size you can put angels in.
Right.
I have
Yeah.
bigger.
Because
I
they're
have
not
bigger.
nano fish. Yeah. I mean, you can keep
Okay, let me think.
babies. You can keep
All right,
babies.
125 Jess.
Oh,
what?
wow.
Let's do a 125. I actually have a client that I'm doing another one. Okay, everybody wants to do a 125. Everybody
That's-
wants to repurpose an old
Yeah.
125 right now. So
Yeah.
I've got actually another client, and he does like angels. He's had them in the past.
Uh-huh.
So how many?
Do you know how many? What else is in the tank?
Nothing is in the tank.
Nothing
I'm stripping
else? Okay.
it. Like when I walk in, I'm
Starting
stripping
out-
120.
I'll be redoing
And
the whole
let them
120?
grow.
Oh, geez, I would put 50 in there.
Hey, I was gonna say you can put 15, 20, 25
Yeah.
smaller ones in there, and they'll do great.
Yeah.
All right, Jess, do you have that many?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Debate. You got they're nickel size, quarter size, dime
Right
size.
now, they're in between the nickel and quarter. Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
so
so
I would
I'm not
put
sure how
50
this
in there
works.
and see where it goes.
I've never done shipping or anything like that, but I'm sure you'll.
With angels, you go by like, are they dime size? Like their body, is their body dime size or nickel size or quarter size or $half size or dollar size? And then
Or pancake size.
Or pancake size.
I'm dying to buy a fish and name it Pancake.
Discus
I'm not
are
kidding.
perfect for
No.
that.
Discus.
Discus are perfect for that.
Yeah.
But again, too small. Your tanks are too small for that.
Yeah.
For a 125, yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. I would stock it with a lot of babies.
Yeah.
What do you mean? When you say babies, you mean baby angels?
Dime, nickel, quarter, the body size of them, angels.
You know what
And
else?
Because
Truth
they
of the
tend to
matter is,
school.
when those smaller ones, that you're bound to have a couple die off.
Exactly. So you
So
have
to keep up on that would be helpful, and keep the stock looking nice and full in that
Right.
system.
You know, if you didn't do if you wanted to do different things, like this tank that is behind me, I've got killifish in with them, which are the P82, the Gardnerite
Oh yeah, you do.
male killifish, and then I've got the blue Galaris male killifish, and
That
then
would
I've
be
also got the
beautiful with
Pandora.
angels.
Yeah, I mean, those can go together so far, so I've had no problems, which it really surprised
You're
me.
stimulating me. Stop.
Yep. But those are the
No, I'm
biggest
sorry.
fish that I've got right now are the angels. Everything else is smaller. It's guppies,
All right,
different few lines of guppies, and
let's plan on doing the angels for sure, because I really like that idea and I've wanted to do a project like that. And then also when I do this project, I consider it a collaboration.
yeah.
So that'll be our collaboration. So when I stock it, I'll make sure I'll name that it came from the morning aquatic show and all that stuff.
Sweet.
Jazz. But it's
Awesome.
just like, this is why I do it. Like I want these collaborations. Like, you know, usually I do like it's stocked from Primetime Aquatics and whatever, but this time I want to do fully stocking it through you. It'll be fun.
Cool.
It'll be cool. So we have time. I don't have to do it right away. So I don't know how soon we should ship these or if we should wait. I can do it within the next month, 2 weeks.
Yeah,
a
within
week.
the next month is fine.
Let's do it tomorrow.
I just shipped 10 to Eduardo. So as long, So I'm keeping my fingers crossed they didn't get too hot. I sent them with ice packs. So, but it sure has been hot.
It has.
I'll keep
It
an
has.
eye on the weather too. We can also do it around a time where it's cool, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
Like Chicago's not scalding hot all the time. This week it's bad. It's like 90s, 100, but it's normally
Right.
not so bad.
Right. Yep.
Whip, I want to clear something up. No, not that a 125 is small for discus. The tanks that Victoria has behind are too small for discus and angels, because she has a lot of nano tanks. The 125,
do.
yes, discus would be perfect at a 125, and
They
the
would.
angels. I mean, those are the perfect size to have fish, or to have your a species of fish that actually grow.
And it's an
Like-
ideal tank for
like
cichlids in
angels.
general, really.
and cichlids in general. Correct, Brennan. Yes, correct.
Victoria, what is your favorite Fish Fam song so far?
Oh my God. Okay. So I'm biased because I met one of them and had a moment with one of them. So then it's just like, you know, want to go with him. But the one that really slaps, and I don't know why, is the guppy one. Best not front on me about this. Dude, I swear to God, when I first heard it, I was like, oh, it's not my jam. And now every time it comes on, I'm just sitting here.
Right? Well, we will play that for our mid-morning break then and make it easy. Which will be coming up in just a few minutes. And y'all know how that works. We take a few minutes to go refill our beverages and potty break, whatever. And then we come back, usually it's about a 3-minute break. But and then when we come back, Victoria's going to show us what she's got back there. Brown shrimp wise is new. And then today for our lab plants. Okay.
We're going to save it.
Awesome. For Alex's fish history and scientific news is actually a long one. It's about 15 minutes, but it's very, very important. So he said to just let everybody know that. But so that one will be later about the third quarter. So
Alex is well worth staying for,
yes.
Like I swear.
Yes, I am humbled that he does this for us. I mean, he's amazing. If
Alex had a song, I'd go with him.
I know, right?
You should do one. A very educational one.
I'm still waiting on the Shrimpy Man to do one. I mean, where's the shrimp song at, guys? Come on. Anyway, we are gonna roll with our mid-morning break now, and we'll be back soon. We'll see you guys in about 3 minutes, and we'll keep this party rolling.
Sounds good.
That's my plan.
It's a live ever mosh pit. So watch it, don't knock it, drop and fry every day, ain't gonna stop it. People saying hey and whoa and take it slow, it's out of control, but they don't know I got a mother-loving biome. Nature! So leave it alone, they're doing fine in a happy home. Making babies with their fathers and mothers and sisters and brothers is kind of gross, but you know that's the way it goes. Now I'm in the midst of a colony blitz. It all started with the batch of fry. The mama died, but the baby survived and grew up and thrived. Then the guppies kicked the breeding into overdrive. What was accidental and incremental blew up into an exponential and totally mental experimental hit. And the fish police threw a fit. I guess they just couldn't handle my live bearer mosh pit. Best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spine or time to hear you whine. Stop the fish police. I'm making hybrids I desire to acquire and combine entire lines designed to inspire and surprise and advertise the rise of my monkey fighting live bearer empire. You looking all distraught, you think it's overstocked, but you got no shot to sway me, you're an afterthought. Yeah, I got guppies getting blitzed on duckweed. Had enough of these, well they don't stop and neither do we. You might call it a challenge, it's a foot per gallon, your rationale is sound, but it's a little unfounded, 'cause I'm gonna be crowned as the best flippin' mud guppy breeder around. On this earth, then my mutts, I assert, are gonna make you a convert to a chaotic tank that doesn't take much effort or the hand of an expert. Look, all I did was rap and 5 guppies just gave birth. Best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spines or time to hear you whine. 'Cause you best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. If you wanna do like I do, fertilize the plants with fish poo, Don't fret about being overrun. Just chill and have some fun. I got the new genetics for the color theoretics. A different aesthetic. It's cosmetic and frenetic. If you don't get it, I do. I got a vision. It's eidetic. In your derision, well, it's really quite pathetic. Uh-oh. Now you see a bunch of platties. They're looking fatty. You think it's fatty. And the plants are overgrown. Getting kind of ratty. It's all right, little laddie. Just look me in the eye and tell me who's your daddy. Best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spines or time to hear you whine, 'cause you best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. If you wanna do like I do, fertilize the plant with fish food. Don't fret about being overrun. Just chill and have some fun. Yeah. You think I give a fudge about some algae? What, you afraid of shiznit getting too natural up in this biznatch? Good sir, dispose of your TDS meter, for it measures organic and inorganic solids, and it's more beneficial to learn the chemistry of your water. Thank you very much. If you want to do like I do, fertilizing plants with fish poo. Don't fret about being overrun. Just chill and have some fun.
Hi, Fish Fam. Are you struggling to gain new subs or followers? Would professional graphics, captions, and ads help you to sell more products? Perhaps you need a marketing strategy that works for your business that is also cost-effective. You're not alone. Millions of businesses across the world struggle with this problem. Good marketing plans, poorly executed, cost businesses billions in lost revenue each year. What is the solution? The Social Media Lady, a digital marketing agency. This team of seasoned marketing professionals works with your small business to plan and deliver a solid blueprint to drive more traffic to your website, YouTube channel, and social media. You can check out our work right here at the Aquatic Morning Show, as we currently provide their social media marketing as well as a majority of their graphic design services. When you decide you're ready to level up, schedule your free consultation at thesocialmedialady.com/fishnews.
Alrighty. And we're back. Victoria's getting her plant ready.
Oh, yeah.
Is she going to frost that box? Because it's turning like it's a cake.
I know, right? That is cool. I think it's pretty cool. And it's like a batteries or something. It's doing it on its own. You don't got to sit there and spin it. What is it? It's just a...
She's muted. She's muted.
Oh,
Display
hang
turntable.
on. Hang on. It's my fault. Okay, now you're unmuted.
Okay, so this is actually very inexpensive. 250 pounds can go on it. You plug it in and it charges overnight, or you can power it just straight directly into the outlet. But this is really cool.
It is really cool. I think it's neat.
I will send you a link if you want it too. It's amazing. I think everyone should have one. Like if you're doing unboxings or showing a fish or something, you don't want to keep turning it around. Just
I can think so many things to use that sucker for.
Oh,
now, what is that?
Oh, this is just milk. This is my coffee.
Oh.
I was just showing you like the rotating, it's like, oh, look at the new fish I got. It's very unstressful for any moment, I guess. I don't know.
It's unique. It's very unique. I like that.
Yeah.
Especially with your size tanks, you actually can
Yeah.
put a tank on top of it and scape it while it's going around.
Right.
Oh, I've got a very big one, a way bigger scale coming. Wait for that.
Cool.
All right, let me put the smoke away.
I killed my I dropped my weight, my what do you call it, scale that I got. It was just like a 10-pound scale, but keep it up there on the shelf. And when I brought it down the other day, man, it slipped right out of my hands, hit the floor, and
Ouch.
Like you said, you brought it down.
yep,
You
I brought it down. Real good.
Me and my grandfather used those display table turns for displaying a lot of his and my carvings that we did.
Yeah.
Sitting at a table, yeah, it looks
Yeah.
real nice with them sitting on, just rotating.
Yeah. Like I said, I can think of thousands of different reasons to use that sucker.
Oh, I know, and I do. I don't just use it for aquascaping anymore. I also do, like, when I'm doing like on a nano tank, you put your hand in one section and you like go like this, and you don't have to move. It just levels the whole thing. Or your leveling tool. Oh, here, I'll show you. Like, you got this puppy right here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I literally I'll lightly place it, very limbo, like it's very, that word. And I
Yeah.
just go like this, see? And it just does it on its own. And it
Very
just keeps going. And if I
Victoria,
want
that's
to speed
very
it up,
zen.
so it
Yeah.
helps a lot. I'm still discovering things.
That's
See,
I
it would
like
drive me
little,
nuts, absolutely nuts while I was scaping doing that. It would drive me insane. I couldn't. I would have to
You kept
stay still.
moving?
Yeah, it would have to stay still. I couldn't do it while it was moving. It would drive me up a wall.
Oh,
Well, I
I've done
think
a challenge like that with a few people. If you guys want to do that one day,
Do
Well, I
what?
mean, for
we should
small
do one
animals-
day some kind of a challenge, like in the morning
Yeah.
show together, and we'll all
Yeah.
do the same thing. That'd be so much fun.
Yep.
For a small nano
Okay,
tank,
so-
Brennan, it's a good idea.
I'm gonna need
Even
help
then, I
with
still
something.
couldn't scape a tank with it moving. I couldn't do it.
All right, I'm gonna bring you up on the big screen.
Okay, so I'm gonna need a little bit of help with the plant names. So I'm gonna pull them out, Jess. If you want to take over and you're good at that, go ahead. But I
Ooh.
know some of them.
I'm not very good at plant names. Brennan might, Eduardo might. We'll all help.
Yep.
Everybody,
That's a green
hit the
plant.
comments
That's
are gonna
a
go.
red plant.
That's right. That's a good plant.
That plant
Yeah,
goes
that's a nice
underwater.
looking plant. Yeah,
That
that's
plant
my
goes, that plant goes
The
underwater.
good one, the good one to have for plants is Ian. He is superb.
Yeah. Geek Boy's pretty good with his
Big
plants
boy as
too.
well. Yes, 100%. You're right.
And we are in.
Victoria looks like she's gonna do an operation. Look at all those
What?
tools. I said, you look like you're about to do like open heart surgery with all the tools.
He brought this thing up like I was going to Alaska or something. Like, I'm only driving 10 minutes away. Like, calm down.
Right.
Hey, makes it look important. It is important, but that's right.
Okay, Vanna White. Okay. Turn the letters.
All right. So,
That is the aquatic biotope. That's a green plant.
all right. So, right off the bat, I do recognize one of them. So, we've got the Amazon sword. Now, I
Okay.
want you to see how big this is, how big I get them. So, look at my arm. I'm 6 feet tall.
Wow.
Yeah, they come in pretty large. It's about the normal size I get mine in too.
That is a nice size.
And who did you get these from, Victoria?
A secret source that I will not tell.
Put it in
Well,
our private
I'm kidding.
chat. Put it in the
so-
private chat.
From Alishon's guess and my own experience from getting fish and plants, I'm going with Florida Aquatic.
So I'm going to let you guys know where I got. I'll share. I like sharing. So if you have a business, you can go in. They do not have a storefront, so they're not open to the public. But if you have a business, you can go in there with your little license. And if you I think you have to have a store, an actual physical storefront.
Yeah.
So you walk in, it's a wholesaler, and I'm talking when I say walk in through a portal and you're somewhere else, you're literally somewhere else. It's smack in the center of Chicago. It looks like a regular house in a regular neighborhood, but when you walk in through that door, if you saw my story yesterday, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, it literally is like I'm somewhere in Indonesia in some kind of like, like algae. And it's just insane. It's insane. It's a
like
really good place.
biodome.
Aquatics
You walked
Inc.
into a biodome. I said you walked like into a biodome.
It was beautiful. It was amazing. I've never been somewhere like that. And ever since I found them, I'm like addicted. But it's called Aquatics Inc. And they're located in Chicago. So if you want to buy wholesale, they are open to you. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, so Amazon sword. Let's do this bad boy.
I saw it. I could almost smell the place through the video. Huh. That's what Rico
Look
said.
at that. Like literally, I'm 6 feet tall, and it's like,
Yeah. It's about the size of the one that's in the tank next to me here that's been growing for 4 years.
Wow. That's a big one.
okay, you guys
That's a
ready
really
for some
nice, that's
root
a
plucking?
really nice one.
Oh, look at that root
Look at
system.
all that. Yes, that's what I love right there. The roots. Yep. I can use that as my hair extension.
Yes. Extension, who? Like, dude, earrings. I mean, you could do so. Look at these roots. They're so strong. Now, when you use the Amazon swords, they are heavy feeders, so you have to make sure you use your root tabs, your little soil boosters, whatever. But this is a favorite of mine. I don't like to use it in numbers. I'm very minimal with her. I do 1 or 2, personal preference, but she likes to take over. I mean, she'll take over about, I want to say like 2 feet across.
Oh, yeah. You'll get real big and bushy if you don't keep them trimmed
Oh,
down.
yeah. And she looks so beautiful. But we've got 2 of these.
Yeah.
I'm going to put her there. Diddy. Okay,
Yes, Didi,
we've
you
got
only had
another-
a couple
a little
hours
bit.
sleep. No more. That's another Amazon? Yeah.
I like to open them like this really carefully because the less you stress your plant, the more she's going to thrive, the quicker she's going to like take off. It's just like a personal preference, but I barely touch my plant. And if I'm touching her, I'm like barely holding her, I'm like cupping her.
Yeah.
Down to the root. Oh, wow, this one looks better. This one's so much better. This one is so much bigger.
Taller. Yeah.
Oh my God, this looks bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place these on each end of the tank. Like, boom.
On each corner.
Amazon sword. Now let's go to the next one. If this wants to say. We will prevail, guys. We're going to figure this out.
Trying to find that story that you said.
It's everywhere. Facebook, Instagram. So my Instagram is Create Studio because my original one got hacked.
Oh.
So I do have Victoria Lee Creates exists on Instagram, but that's not it. Anyway, but if you have TikTok, it's the same name, Victoria Lee Creates.
Okay.
Facebook, everything's the same name. But it's really cute. And if when you guys are in town for Aquashella, if you want to go, I'll take you.
Definitely.
We'll make it like a field trip or something. Film it. I don't know. Use it for the channel or something.
Okay.
Aquashella is right after the Clash, right, Jess? Brennan?
Yeah, right
think
after
so,
it's
yeah.
after the Clash, before Aquashella Dallas. No, wait, you're talking about Aquashella Chicago.
Chicago, yes, Chicago. Aquashella, Chicago.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know.
Think so?
I can find out though.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so I've got this little fixation with lotuses recently. Over here, I've got one in that tank. I don't know if you guys can see it. So I've got a thing with lotuses. I've got one in there. And these are the same ones that are over there, but I bought a bunch. I bought 20 of them.
Are they the tiger lotuses or the regular?
All of them. I bought
All of
20,
them.
one of each, like 2, 3 of each, 4.
Wow.
Oh,
I
wrong
didn't know
one.
that many
Wrong
different
one.
ones. Ooh.
This is actually really fun. Let me get closer. I don't know what this is called, but it's beautiful.
Oh,
Fern. Oh no, that's the.
I have to see it in a tank.
corkscrew valve,
Corkscrew
isn't it?
valve.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no.
oh, yeah.
It looks
No?
just like corkscrew valve, just like it, but it's not.
Hey, is it the name written right there?
Oh my God, Jess, Jesus, I need you. But see, it's not the corkscrew because the corkscrew is really thick and it has a stem, right? So the root systems start right here and then it's foliage right away. So you don't get that really chunky, you know, that dead space, if you will. That's what I call it. So I really like this. And it's called, I'm going to show you, but it's literally just like curly hair. It's amazing.
That's cool. I like that.
And
Yeah, I
it
can use that
feels
as
very
a-
crispy and brittly. Okay, let's look at the name. Let me wrap it back up. I can show you the name really quick. All right, so let's see if we can understand his.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, Vesuvius.
Vesuvius sword.
Vesuvius sword.
Oh, Vesuvius.
When I'm saying it is beautiful, it is gorgeous, and I'll show you in a tank in a second. I have it planted already.
Yeah.
So I went last week. I picked up 2 of them, just test it out. Oh my God! And they drape over the top of the tank. You know. So you have, you know, she grows, she'll keep going, and then all you do is, you know, give her the little haircut, or you can just let it drape and do that little water flow moment wherever your water flow is. Use it to kind of enhance that.
Now, how do you
highlight it.
propagate them? Do they send out runners?
I did that part. I don't know. I'm dying to find out. It seems like they will.
Wow.
Like I'm looking at it, and it seems like they snipped off of them. So I
Like
think they
a
do.
valve, like a regular valve would, to send out shoots. Runners.
Yeah.
Well,
Right back
Jess,
up.
if it's a Amazon, the children might just come out from the top.
Maybe.
Yep, that is
That's
gorgeous.
pretty. It really is.
That would make
Didn't
a
even know that plant
fantastic
existed.
background right now.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, let's go to the next one. So this is a new favorite that I just discovered. I don't know how to use her. I do know. Okay, so for example, any plant you see in my fish rooms, in my tanks, in my platform, it's all low tech. I don't do any CO2, never messed with it. Not that I don't want to, I just don't know how.
Right. Me too.
So anything that I buy thrives in low tech tanks. So when I go in, that's my first plan of attack. I'm like, listen, plant a tank, I'm doing this, and it's low tech, no CO2. I always make sure that I highlight that. And he takes me directly toward the plants that I need. And if there's something that needs and it's very demanding and it's just not going to work with my low tech tanks, he'll see me looking at it. He's like, get away from that. So, I mean, building a relationship with your plant source and stuff like that is very important, honestly.
Yeah. Bunny Viper and Brookley both said that and Kelly, I believe, said that it propagates by runners. So it sends out runners and then grows like kind of like valve, regular valve.
Okay, good. I want that. I really want that. All right, so we got that. Then, what do we have in here? We should look at the names first. All right, so this is a dwarf lily. And this is courtesy of Jess for being the only one this morning that has a brain.
Know about that.
I function silently in the mornings. I'm better when I'm quiet or in the chat.
Right. Nah. You're doing a good job.
Dwarf lilies. That's what it said.
Yeah.
Hey, does anybody else find this like satisfying, this moment? You get it and you start unraveling. Oh, it's a moment.
Yes, very much so.
It really is. And it's slightly damp and moist. Like, oh, more of that. Jess is like, whoa, morning aquatic show, not the late night. Not ladies' night.
Victoria, you're absolutely right, because the feeling of it is that you're about to touch something that's alive. I mean, when you get that and the newspaper is dry, you know you're dead. You got dead plants. So that's the moisture is just it brings you this. Yeah, correct.
Matt, wait a damn minute. Don't you dare come in here complimenting Jess. You set the expectations high and people are going to expect more.
Hey, we're setting us up for success here. All right, here we go.
Those look really nice.
Yeah.
Is that like a red? I'm not sure if the camera's picking up the red coloring on it. Yes.
Okay, hold on.
Yes.
This one doesn't have any red currently. It looks very blue, purple, those kind of tones, very gray. Now, I'm going to open up a leaf so you can see the pattern. She's very pointy, but when she starts growing, she's taken on an immersive appearance, like immersive state.
Nice.
So once we submerge her, she's going to get a little rounder, and then she does get a lot of freckles. Sorry, guys, I'm off.
I have that
Here we
one.
go.
Yeah, I have that one. It's nice. Very nice.
And it's a bulb, right? Victoria?
Yeah, so you can buy it like this, put it in your tank, watch it rot, or you can cut all the beautiful foliage after you've picked her out, because let's be real, that's not going to survive. So you're just
Correct.
raising your nitrates, you're setting yourself up for more maintenance. Like if it's a brand new tank, so just cut it, guys. Be confident, she's going to come back. Be patient. And it's so beautiful when she just like pops up and it's just like, hey, I'm here, you forgot about me.
See, I'm one of those that can't cut it. I just have to watch it die, but I just can't cut it.
Hey, I'm
gotta have
laughing
that
because I'm
instant
doing it right there.
Yeah. I got to have the instant gratification.
Yeah.
And then I can like, okay, well, just cut them off as they die back. But yeah, you really should be able to just cut them off.
Yes, I really do say all the right things, and I have the
It is
right intentions.
Better for the roots to do that.
Yeah, it is. So
Yeah.
every day I pull out like 3 or 4 leaves every morning.
Yep.
I'm fine with it. At least I still get my foliage.
Right.
Well, the good thing about when you're aquascaping, you want to, I would like to have it fully like that, put it in, and then later cut it, because I know exactly how it's going to look when it comes in.
Yeah.
So it gives you a visual image of exactly what you want.
All right. Let's see what this is. This feels really brittly and long, and can't really read it. Does that make any sense?
Talanthea.
Philanthra.
Talanthera. Talanthera. Is that a double
Does
L?
that sound familiar, guys?
Nope. I don't know what it
Could
is.
be a
But
Philanthra, yeah.
Talanthera.
Jess is like, damn it, just open the fucking thing.
Sounds good.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Look, I'm letting you enjoy your moment.
I think it's Philanthra.
Oh, wow. That one does have the red.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah, that
It's
is
a stem
awesome.
plant.
Stem plants. Yep.
Yeah, so this is going to be the only burst of color. Oh, everything I'm showing you is for the 125 nightclub. It was going to be Exolados, but we're not doing that anymore. We're scratching
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to do the angels in there, but that could work, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to do the angels somewhere else.
Yes, Telethera. I don't know why I call it Telanthra.
Yeah.
Talanthera.
Yep.
That
Yeah,
does
but
not
angels
grow
would
in
love-
my water.
Now this right here is going to change also in appearance.
Yeah.
But if you do angels, they would love those Amazons. Are you kidding me?
And the higher,
And then the thing
higher
about these is,
light
I
with
think,
that, the more red you're going to get out of them too.
Yeah.
Wait, can you repeat that?
The higher light you have with those, the more red
Oh,
you'll get
I
out
did.
of them as well.
Oh, I'll share the light in a second. We're going to use. So these right here, I actually got them because they look good from the bottom. They don't look good from the top. It's kind of like a mini skirt.
Yeah. Right.
So these right here, the nightclub build is up top. The tank is like in the wall, maybe about 10 feet up in the air. So it's really high up, and these are going to just shine. I mean, they look like shit from the top, but
Yeah.
I need to stop cussing. Oh my God.
No, it's okay.
Jess, I'm getting excited. I feel comfortable.
Like I
Right.
said,
It's like
enjoy
you're-
the moment.
Victoria, you talk about the angle is going to be like you're going to be looking towards the top of the tank, right? Because it's going to be 10.
Yeah.
You're gonna be
So
looking
from standing, it's like
yes.
I literally everybody looks like this.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
So the bottom of the plant,
I don't have a picture. Sorry.
but the bottom
There's a
of that
picture on my social media somewhere, Facebook and Instagram somewhere.
and the bottom of that plant is reddish, so it's going to really pop really beautifully.
Yeah.
Mhm. Now the lotuses, I'm well aware that I'm not going to get that payoff from the top, so they're going to be in that tank as well up top. But I'm going to put them in the front, and I'm going to use them as silhouettes, shadows. So that's the intention. Silhouettes, the stems, the leaves, the hearts.
The Garden of Eden, good morning. Atomic Injections. Alex, good morning.
Good morning.
Tiger
Tiger
Lotus. Love
We
it.
got some of that.
Yep.
bunch
me
of
too.
So, Dust, you seem to know this one. You want to talk about her while I unbox?
They can grow, they're red, and they have like darker red spots sprinkled throughout their leaf, and their leaf is like a big heart. They can grow, tall like a lotus and have the leaves on top, but you can train them to stay small.
Oh,
low
talk
light.
about that. I don't know about
That's
that.
So-
yeah. I did that with mine. I have one
Yeah.
currently sitting right here. The trick with that is just cutting back the light a bit.
Yeah, when they send the shoots up to the top of the water, cut
Snip
that
it.
one all the way back. And every
Yep.
time you see one that goes up higher to the top, cut it back and it'll stop shooting them all the way up, and it'll keep them in a smaller compact plant, which is prettier, I think.
But the leaf actually, Jess, that's exactly what I do, and the leaves actually get larger on the bottom because it's not throwing out all that energy through the shoots that are going up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, and that's like Alex was saying, what I was saying a minute ago. Low light's gonna make them stay small too.
Yeah.
And I have noticed with this one, I ripped the bulb off of it and planted the top part, the foliage part of it, and it started growing again. It's still growing.
Mine just fell off. It fell off, and then it actually made another one.
Yep,
so I ended up, it made it doubled.
Those are really healthy looking plants, Victoria.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, dude, I found a source, and I'm never breaking up with him. I did. I told him that yesterday. I walked in, and I normally like to banter. I like to be very quick in and out. I know they have a lot of people to deal with. But yesterday, I was like, I have to say something. Like, I just feel this. And I was like, listen, I hope you know you're stuck with me for a very long time. And I just started 3 years ago. But if he thinks that he's not going to see me weekly for the next, 10 years, he's wrong.
Right? Those are pretty.
I keep showing them because I love them. I'm literally, it's about me right now. I'm like, I love them. I want them.
I believe with all of your lotuses and lilies that if you keep those long shoots cut back, they'll stay small and lower light.
No, I have
to bring out the red.
Yes, I have
mine is red as could be, and that light's on 5 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's nuts. It is so red.
We're going to the nightclub, so instead of putting them in a tank, which I normally would do here, I'm not going to do that. I'm chucking them right in the bag. Kind of savage, kind of fresh, kind of fun. I don't know. All right, we got more.
Moisturize the bags.
Moisturize the bags.
Okay, I'm going to let these insert. And then here we've got this one. So I'm thinking of completely coating the existence of the lava rocks that I'm using. So this right here is moss, and I will be opening it in just a second. But I just want to show you how it comes. It's a nice big sack. Again, I'm 6 feet tall, and this is my forearm. Ben's right here. She's big.
There's a lot of moss. What kind of moss?
Christmas moss. Here, let me put all of these because I want you to see how beautiful and healthy she is. I don't normally run with it, but this, I'm telling you, got to go with me one day, Jess, when you're out here. Oh, you're going to go nuts.
Yeah.
And the prices. Don't even get me started on the prices.
Do what?
Jess,
there's a reason why I go nuts.
Brooklyn, I did it in a 5-gallon.
Okay, so smells like, guys, if you've ever handled moss, you know what this smells like.
I love moss.
Pull out a nice chunk. Hold on, let's pull out a nice chunk.
Love moss.
Me too, Jess, and I don't know how to play with it as well as I. What was it?
Eduardo.
That bunny is saying, there's a lot of jokes on that about the moistness of the moss.
Oh, yeah. It's all about the moisture, baby.
Stunning.
Yeah, Christmas moss is my favorite too. I love how it weeps.
I like weeping willow moss.
I like that too, but
I haven't played with it.
One of my favorites. That is stunning. Really beautiful.
And guys, I'm sorry about the nails. I literally have not had time to have them done. I know that's like my thing. So this is the backside.
Right.
Nasty, gross, disgusting, which you're going to lay on your stone anyways.
Right.
See?
That's the perfect for to root them on with glue.
Good roots, yeah.
Now, did
So
you?
these are the undergarments, ladies and gentlemen. You do not walk out of the house showing that. You turn her around.
Now, Victoria, did you pick these out yourself yesterday? Is that what you're telling us?
Yes, I do. I go through the entire. I don't know that everybody does this, and I don't know if it's even allowed, but I just get really into it, and I go through and I pick out what I want, and the big, the fullest ones, and I don't know that everybody has the time to do that.
Yeah.
It's a warehouse. It's not a storefront,
Yeah, I make the time. When I go out, I make the time. I'm in a fish
Oh,
shop.
baby, it's time to make time. It's like Disney World.
Yes, exactly. You got to hit every ride.
So I think this is a pound, and they sell it by, I think it's like half pound, I think. Yeah. So I don't know.
How much, if you don't mind saying how much that pound of moss was?
Let me get the bill. Hold on. I'm only gonna share one thing.
That's fine. Yeah, I just
because
wanna
I
know how
don't
much
know
the
if they would be okay with me sharing that. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
just-
share this one.
Okay.
But I will share it with you like behind the scenes though.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That's
I
just
love
a
her
pretty
setup.
background.
I-
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
Oh my
the
God,
same
Jess,
thing.
you and I had the
That's a
same
pretty
thought.
background.
They're pretty
Yeah.
tanks, yes, but I really like that stand they're all on more than anything.
I know, right? We're talking about your setup
backside.
behind you.
We're talking about your backside.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry.
The environment that you're in back there.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
it's
Talking about the
I hear from
table.
you, I swear to God.
I'm
Love
digging
it.
the stand
Coloration,
everything's on.
the stand, the whole thing. And even the wood you have on the bottom there for scaping. You see the wood there on the right hand? Yes. Yep.
Oh, that one's for the nightclub. That's part of this. I'm gonna show you guys that too.
Yep.
Okay, so here's the thing. So let's say I'm on and we're talking about a certain project, just so you guys know what to expect.
Yeah.
If it's in the shot or it's somewhere in here, this is like my workroom.
Yeah.
So if it's in here, I'm working on it. It's what we're talking about. So if you see that piece of wood there, you know it's for this.
Cool.
You know, like I move a project at a time. I can't function having too many projects in one room. I can't create that way. So I have to literally strip the room and then
Space it out.
from plants to hardscapes to wood. I can't store anything but what I'm using.
Brooklyn was saying that did they shipped it to you? No. What they did is when you picked them up, they put them in the box, sealed it, and then you brought it home. Correct? Yeah.
Yeah. So you walk in and I'm going to give you the experience really quick in a nutshell. You walk in, right? You walk in, it looks like a regular building. And there's like this little front office that used to be like a living room. And then you grab a clipboard, you let them know that you're there. Just a little hello, very old fashioned. They've been around since the 60s, by the way. And then you go straight through the back through all those hallways. If you saw the story and the TikTok, you know. Posted it yesterday. Go check it out. It's really, really cute. And I'm gonna film more of it. Like I have to. It's just I get to this. But you walk in with your clipboard, and then it has a list of all of the items that they're carrying, all the fish that are in stock, all the plants, the hardscapes, basically anything that made it on that pallet, on that truck, and it arrived there. That's what we have. So then you check off what you need, or you can be a sociopath like me. And it was 90 degrees yesterday, and you go in, 90-degree weather, humid. I'm talking levels and levels and levels, and you pick out and you look. But you don't have to do that. You can literally just check off the list, hand it to them. This is what I need. They pull it, and then you can pick it up, or you do it right then and there. It's very, 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 very cute.
Cool.
Very quaint. Very, very quaint. It sounds very quaint.
It's in Chicago. That's not too far. I might have to check that out sometime. That sounds pretty badass.
Yeah. I don't think, so you know how SR Aquaristic, you go shopping there and they do wholesale, but then they also have on the side the entire showroom and everything that's open to the public. You can go look at things, buy a tank, buy CO2. They don't have that available at all whatsoever. So
I have a business license in a shop, so.
Yeah, and it's really cool. So we're actually going on a field trip next week to SR with, I think it's CAPS, the CAPS meetings. Are you guys familiar?
I can't say I am.
It's the Chicago Aquatic Plant Society. So if you're a member, I think it's next Saturday. Don't quote me on that. I do know it's next weekend. But SR is allowing us to go and tour the entire facility. Talking front of house, back of house. So if you are part of CAPS and you're in Chicago, make sure you come because it is going to be amazing. It's not my thing, it's not my gig. I'm just attending, but I'll be there.
There you go. Hey, Vicky said that if you're going to the Chicago Aquashella, that Victoria is going to be willing to take folks on the field trip to that place.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, we can do that too. That's not what I was saying, but we can do that too. Yeah, no, it's CAPS, Chicago Aquatic Plant Society. They're doing a field trip. And if you're a member, it's like $16, $14 a year or something. If you're a member, you get to go and see the behind the scenes of what makes this place run. You know, from the plant care to like the gallery in the front where the customers see, to the gallery in the back that only the wholesalers see. You get to see the entire business front to back, 360. So I'm not going to miss that because I myself want to build something like that one day.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back into plants, right?
Yeah. Aquatic Injections, have a good day. Sorry you had to run. Yes, catch the rest of it. Says that he's loving today's stream. Good deal.
Speaking of running, I'm gonna have to take off here in a few. I got the first client of the day to take care of here soon.
All right, Brainwasher, appreciate it. I really
No
appreciate
problem.
it.
We got
care,
about
Brian.
another 5-10 minutes till I gotta go.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm on.
And Java
Wow.
ferns. Java ferns galore.
Narrow leaf ferns.
What are they?
Narrow leaf ferns.
Narrow
Narrow leaf
leaf.
ferns. Yep.
So here, we're gonna
The
move
whole
up.
pack.
We got the whole 6-pack. It looks like a little beer pack, you know, like going to the beer store. It's like, yay, I got my little beer. Got me a cooler. But so I got the narrow leaf swords, but I'm looking through it, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I think I got 2 variations of it.
Definitely.
I don't think I have
you
one.
got some trident ferns. That in your
Here we
hand
go.
is a trident fern, and
Yeah,
then you've got the narrow leaf.
See how narrow that
Trident
is?
fern is just as pretty though. It really is.
Look, and then this one's a little bit thicker. Actually, let me pull 2 out to the side so you can really get a visual.
Well, the amazingness is that they look phenomenal.
They do.
They look phenomenal. Super
See the
healthy.
difference?
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
I
Now
like
you guys-
trident. That's my
Do you guys
favorite.
want to? Should I split one?
No, they look good. Leave 'em.
All right.
I mean, it literally looks like it's a bunch of plants in there.
Right.
It is a
So
bunch
there
of
were
plants in there.
30, and we're down to this.
In each little basket, the little
Oh, yeah.
baskets. Yeah, they're just.
So the reason why I bought so many was because I wanted this, and I knew that I would get this if I bought the whole thing. So that's the reason why I got so many. I needed them like
Jesus.
Christmas, Jess. Come on, you would have done it too.
I have. I've done it with plants because I wanted the tray.
You just kind of like just bet that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna just gamble. I think I might get that trade.
Yep.
Correct, Berkeley. Tried it. I saw that too.
Oh my God, this is my homemade little contraption.
Looks
Cellophane
good.
and then electrical tape, and it stretches.
Yeah.
So I can stretch it over.
Right.
Nice, and it keeps the moisture going good. That's great.
It's literally like a sock.
Yeah.
And then I stretch it. It blew my mind. It was an accident. I was like, whoa, this actually works. And boom, see? Here.
Very good.
All right, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of
Saran wrap and electrical tape, but it has to be yellow. Okay.
that. All right.
Yes, James, love window love. Love it, love it.
Agreed, Kelly. I do like narrow leaf a lot.
All right. So guess how many pounds of rock are in here?
Oh.
I don't
30.
have the
50.
faintest idea.
30.
Going with 50.
25.
I was going to say 52. But Victoria picked that up
50.
too, like, so I'm going to say
50.
35.
50.
50.
Wow.
50. Oh,
Let's
you're
see if
right.
it rotates. And it rotates.
Wow.
Nice.
All right, so these are the stones we're going to be using with all those plants. Going to be doing the moss on this, the ferns on this, and just kind of a scaling effect. Oh, that's random. It's not what we're using, but this is basically what it looks like when you order it. So
Wow.
they sell medium, large, and small box. This is the small. So it comes with small stones, and they're all individually wrapped like this.
Wow.
Which honestly, as an aquascaper, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit hard to deal with because you
Yeah.
got to see it work, the veins.
Right.
So they do. You buy the box and it comes like this. There's no real point in going into the showroom though at this place because honestly, you can just get a box and you're not gonna see it anyways at the store. So,
Right.
but yeah, small rock. But I'm gonna use these, and I'm gonna use them at this scale right here. So this is called lava rock, and there's many different styles. This one right here, I like it because it has like a wood patina to it.
Right.
Yep.
See?
It looks like
Now
a
the
piece
traditional
of
ones you see are normally like this.
Right.
But this one, it has like these like open face moments. That's what I like to call it. And I'm going to use a bunch of these. So I had to buy
Very
like
good.
4 boxes just so I could find at least 4 of these per box.
Wow.
Yeah, it gives character.
Right.
Oh, it does. It really does. I have it in the creek right here, which I can show you in a second. Let me bring you to the creek. Let me bring you to the creek.
Oh yeah.
So this is my little creek. I gotta close that window. All right, so this is 4 foot.
Wow.
So this is 4 foot long, 24 gallons of water, and this is actually the same exact tank that's in the SR, the dining room table with the fish tank.
Yeah.
The same exact tank right here.
Wow. That's a cool tank. Is that a tank that they normally do like corals out of?
So they were doing freshwater for the longest time, and then they swapped it over. Where am I? What's my lighting? No, for the longest time, what they were doing is they were doing freshwater, and then recently this month they swapped it over to saltwater because he was like, "We have so much freshwater in here, and we sell like all this freshwater. I mean, saltwater equipment. It's like, what are we doing?" So they redid it, and he didn't want to get rid of this one. This is the last one they're ever gonna make. So for 4 months, I was on his ass like white on rice. I was like, "Scott, I need that tank. You're not gonna do anything with it. You're no longer making these dining room tables. Please, like, I'm not asking for a freebie. Can I have it?"
Did
But
he
it took
make
4
those
months.
tanks?
Huh?
He made that tank?
He did. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he did make this tank.
That's a cool tank. I like it.
So it's in the kitchen. I'm going to show you everything, mess or not, but it splits the kitchen and the dining room, which used to be a dining room, but is now a fish room.
That's okay. Alex said he loves those bookshelf tanks. They're rad.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. And then over here, this is Arnold's tank. It's not awake yet because it's all on timer. Oh my God, I'm trying to focus. But that's 5 gallon.
That's nice.
But anyway, the creek is where it's at. You know, we've got the lotuses. Here, let me get you guys down in there. So here's
There
the one
you
that
go.
Jess was describing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is loaded with GPDs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me
Now,
see if I
what
can
color
brighten it.
substrate are you going to go with the new tank that you're doing for the
So we're
bar?
doing red flint sand. I'm doing the same. I want to do the same look.
Same.
So it's going to be the Roxy and then the same sand.
Okay. Okay.
But
Sweet.
see how it has like that patina almost
Yeah.
to it. Oh, and this is the one I was showing, the curly one.
Oh, look at that.
Now she's brand new. She's only been there about 3 days.
Yeah.
So this is literally, it all looks mangled. This is only a month old. It's still growing in,
Does
you know, it's
not
doing its
look
thing.
mangled. It looks good. It doesn't
Those
look like
lotus
that.
are a month old. They look like
Yeah,
they've been
this
there
one's a
for
month old.
years.
Right. That's
Look
so
at that
pretty.
gorgeousness.
Nice.
I'm sorry if my camera skills really suck right now.
No,
You're
it's
good.
live. You're
Trust
doing
me.
good.
If we were dizzy, and I would have told you, I'm dizzy. I'm dizzy.
Yeah,
But
let's
I'm
try to
not
go on this.
natural blonde,
Yeah.
so.
I gotta have that plant. I gotta get that corkscrew looking plant. That's cool.
Yep.
I wish you looked closer, dude. I would hand you one right now.
I know.
Put it through
I
the
really
screen.
would.
Look at it.
Yeah.
So this is the Twin Star, and the new series, they actually come with dimmers. So if you see the little button right there, they didn't come with that before. So it's kind of annoying because you can't go down and up. It's just one direction. If I want to turn it off, I got to annoy them and just brighten it to high heaven and then go back down. Or you can be like me and you can buy one of these. See that box right there? So it's a Wi-Fi timer. And then when I want to turn it on and off, all I do is touch it. It's like a sensor.
Oh,
So
cool.
look at the water flow. All right, I'm going to touch it. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Done.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
And all I did was I pressed the button. I'm going to press it again. Okay, so wait, where was it? 1, 2, 3. See?
Wow.
Now
That's
that controls the heating and it's really cheap. So you get about 4 of those boxes and then you pay $34, I think, on Amazon. So they're super fucking cheap.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. I will send you a link to that too if you want it, Jess.
Sweet.
I'm all about making this easier on myself because I love it and I want to like just create. I don't have time to fumble with things.
All right, guys, I got to get running.
All right. Vernon,
Take care,
Thanks for
thanks.
having me up, guys.
Yep.
I am so sorry for taking forever with this.
No, you're
All right.
doing fun, but I do need to play Alex's
Let's do
story. Well, it's a long one, but yeah, we're gonna do that right now, and then we'll be back. Ooh, wrong button. Do I even have it pulled up yet? Oh,
Correct, Alice. Alex, you are correct. The Vesuvius is the one she showed. Yes. That corkscrew plant.
This is the next one I want to show.
Beautiful.
We'll talk about this in a minute.
All right, here we go with. our fish story, fish history, and scientific news with our friend that is in chat today, Alex from the Secret History Living in Our Aquariums, your aquarium. Here we go.
This is Vic. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Alexander Williamson with the Secret History Living in Your Aquarium, and today is an episode of Fishery. I apologize for not getting the other episodes this week earlier. I was finishing up a coloring book for kids in this very area we're going to be talking about in today's episode, and that is the far western Amazon regions. On the Brazilian and Peruvian, Bolivian borders in the far northwestern Amazon. So this is a really far-flung region of the Amazon, and recently a British journalist and a Brazilian expert in the indigenous people of this region disappeared. And this region has become a major haven for drug trafficking and environmental crimes because of increasing lawlessness and basically the absence of the state or any law enforcement of any sort. So the Javari Valley is where veteran correspondent Dom Phillips, who was very respected for his reporting on the indigenous people of South America and illegal logging, illegal poaching, illegal mining, and cattle ranching, all very important issues to fish keeping communities around the world. I mean, it could impact the very existence of many of our favorite species, as well as it is crucial to the lives of all the people that live in the region. But on June 5th, these two guys, they disappeared in one of the most remote places on Earth. So this vast expanse of jungle in northwestern Brazil, it's right on the Peruvian and Colombian borders. And Phillips was 57 and Pereira was 41. He was the Brazilian local. And they were last seen boating up the Itiquia River just outside the Javari Valley Indigenous Reservation. And that territory is bigger than the country of Austria, but is estimated to be home to around 6,300 indigenous people, including 19 tribes that are considered uncontacted by the developed or Western world. And this region has been suffering massively the last decade due to criminal activity. They've blamed it on drug gangs and links to illegal crime, but really the most flourishing crime seems to be illegal fishing, so poaching of large fish and the native fish resources that are there. They bring into the markets in the cities and catch the much older, more vulnerable species like arapaima and other ones that are farmed now in other regions. They still go out and catch them and get wild caught, and also get a higher price oftentimes for some of the exotic species they bring in, as well as the pet trade, unfortunately. So something that the Brazilian expert Pereira had long fought was these same groups that organized this, and he had been threatened with death threats in just the week prior to when he disappeared. So investigators from the Brazilian government have found their belongings, and as of yesterday, unfortunately, they found human remains, which they believe are the two suspects that disappeared. So experts on the Javar Valley said that drug gangs and illegal mining, logging, and poaching are all kind of separate industries that overlap. And unfortunately, the last few years, the Brazilian authorities have pulled out of the region, and it's become massively attractive for criminals. The region is really hard to reach and even harder to patrol. It's a huge area. It's remote, densely forested, and it's crisscrossed by meandering rivers that flood for 3 to 5 months of the year and are really hard to navigate. It can vary as much as 20 feet or about 5 to 7 meters, depending on the time of year. By its very nature, the forest is an attractive space for these drug traffickers coming out of the Andes and the foothills of the Andes Mountains and bringing their drugs into Brazil and eventually downriver and into international trade, heading to first Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and then from there heading into usually Spain or Italy and then into the rest of Europe. Since the 1990s, these drug gangs have used the region's rivers to ship, I won't say it, but you know what it is, the nose powder from Peru and Colombia both. And Brazil is really just the conduit. So the traffic has substantially increased over the past decade. And drug gangs operating within the region are now multi-leveled marketing firms with LLCs and actual legal corporation standing in many cases. And they begin to include legitimate mining, logging, and fishing groups with illegal ones. And the main cartel down there right now is the Os Crias cartel, which emerged in 2021 as a splinter group from the one-time largest cartel, bigger than even Pablo Escobar days, the Northern Family cartel. And it is probably the biggest drug organization in the world, really. They now dominate all 3 countries and the borders, and they totally control the rivers in the Javari region, apparently. So poverty, isolation, and the remoteness of it from any help is what really create the conditions for these gangs to feed off of. And this area has had a long history of poverty and corruption, and now it's being exacerbated by the Bolsonaro government basically abandoning the region until recently. So a growing number of criminals and more organized gangs with more and more better armed technologies are moving into this area, and they've basically replaced the state. They are the state there. And now they've even penetrated indigenous groups and have started to basically hold them hostage and force them to work as either slaves or work in areas where they're allowed to do certain things where no one else can, reservations and things. They're now enlisting young members, specifically of the Tukunu and Tukane ethnic groups. And just like in the big city slums, drug trafficking offers them a life that they couldn't ever attain otherwise, living in the Amazon. So it's really a sad state of affairs. And in the small city of Italia do Norte, it's a local outpost that Phillips and Pereira were returning to, or were supposed to be. And it is the 3rd worst human development index for a city in all of South America. Enforcement and operations for environmental projects and legal affairs have been reduced since Bolsonaro took office in 2019. He's a far-right president and likes to fashion himself after Donald Trump, big fan of Donald Trump. But he stated that we have lands that are rich with Indians that are poor, and we need to utilize both. Basically, his policy has been burn the jungle and capitalize on any resources there. It's something that should be brought to the attention of people. Things like dam projects that were put on hold in the past are now going full bore, reportedly with really high levels of corruption, tons of money disappearing, tons of, shell companies and false projects for the benefit of the natives that really just completely just go missing or don't even exist. Only on paper did they exist, and it's leading to millions and millions of dollars flooding this region for the drug gangs and outsiders who have moved from the cities into these remote areas and basically set up outposts out here and have become the default enforcement of everything from little laws and things to any sort of help or aid that comes to the locals. So the fact that the Brazilian government used to aid a lot of the tribes living here that were considered primitive or essentially, indigenous groups that were living the way they always had, a large number of them have been contacted, but they're not necessarily living on the grid. They're still considered, I don't like the word, but they say primitive. But I would just say the way they always have lived. A lot of them have lived in cities at one point in their history. They've now also found a big discovery, which I'm going to tell you about in the next video, being that there was a large civilization right there in the Amazon at one point in time. So they went to the city life at one point in time. They went to large metropolises, and they decided to move back to the nomadic or horticultural lifestyles. But it's just a sad state of affairs. So Dr. Pereira, who went on this expedition, in order to highlight these very issues, he was a one-time head of FUNAI, which is a local group which basically oversees the indigenous people and makes sure that they remain uncontacted and that their land does not become destroyed. Well, under the Bolsonaro government, basically all funding has dried up for these resources, and only a skeleton crew remains in place, and they basically just allowed bribes and corruption to say, do whatever you want in the region to whoever's got the most money and the most guns. So the guy who was helping him show off this region was the head of FUNAI, as I said, from 2006 to 2009. And so he had been targeted in several shootings, and actually other employees of FUNAI have also been murdered. Most famously in 2019, when their anti-logging, anti-poaching chief for the Javari Valley was shot dead in the city of Tabatinga, and that case still remains unsolved. So I know this is a bit of a long video, but this is just kind of an interesting moment when Western media is highlighting because someone got killed, one Westerner gets killed, but it's bringing up other news that's gone unnoticed by the Western world and media, such as there was a slaughter of 132 indigenous people, including women and children. There is the controlled, as they call it, but it's not really, burning of the Amazon. If you guys remember 2 summers ago, people were actually burning the Amazon when we had the most wildfires ever on record around the world in Russia, Australia, the United States, and that's when the farmers were actually burning down old growth rainforests to make way for cattle lands. And this obviously depletes the rivers, causes silt and sediment and charcoal to fall into the rivers, strips them of their nutrients in the normal life cycle and processes that go on there. And the fact that these people are killing these indigenous people, a lot of them who have been protected for so long by the Brazilian government, the new leadership, Bolsonaro down there, he really is big time capitalist and believes that money should vote for everything. Whoever has it, however they get it, basically should get to decide what goes on, and that they need to develop the mining in those regions, even though they were promised to be protected. So it's kind of a way in which a lot of people who are critical of the government say that they've been using these behind the scenes methods, these corrupt methods, to actually use these gangs and these illegal groups to mine these regions, even though legally then they can say, oh, well, they're protected legally. And they also have called off patrols and things other than to solve this one particular crime, which has been getting a lot of heat since a Western British journalist died. So I just wanted to bring that up. It's a really sad story all around. It's not surprising over 300 journalists have been killed in the Amazon basin alone in the last 10 years. That's 300 journalists specifically talking about either indigenous issues or environmental issues like fish, like the damming of rivers, like the poaching, the illegal mining, the illegal logging, the illegal cattle farming. And I know this is already a long enough video, so I'm going to end it here since we don't have any resolution other than as of right now this morning, they arrested somebody in connection with this. And reportedly, it was the indigenous people who tipped off the authorities to what was going on, and also reported that they'd essentially been held hostage for the last 2 years by people armed with machine guns and river boats, with high-speed boats and radar and all sorts of high-tech technology compared to people living off-the-grid subsistence lifestyle as they have for thousands of years. So that's all I have to say about the issue. So I just say brush up on it and stay informed. I know this was a long one to make up for the missing ones, but I'll talk to you next time, guys. Have a good week and a great Thursday. Take care. Bye.
Now that was definitely a eye-opening piece, Jess. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
Alex.
Yes. And
Yeah,
I
I
will
really appreciate that.
those links in the description today as well. Do we have did Miss Lori pick a short for today?
Yes.
Okay.
Kelly Foreman's Kitty.
Okay.
That kitty.
All right, good. I need
Yeah,
to put that in the
yeah.
description as well. All right. We have got actually
Okay.
we're over time, but we're going to go just a little bit late today. I want to show this piece of Victoria's, and then I've got to play the coffee cup sponsors and the rest of the live streams for today. So let's see. All right, Victoria. Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
That's
so
very
this is
pretty.
basically the centerpiece.
That's nice.
Basically what we're using for the centerpiece of the 125. And then I'm going to build
So
with the stones, lava rock, the plants that you saw, and this. That's it. Something like
So-
this, when you buy it wholesale, you're looking at like a quarter of the price, just to give you an idea. But that's basically it. Yeah.
So where did the same place that you got the plants, they sell that wood as
This
well?
from Aquatic Inc.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It literally looks from different angles like it's an octopus with the tentacles
Yes.
going out.
It
Doesn't it
does.
give you that flow?
Yes, exactly.
Like, yeah, that's the concept. So I'm going to show you what side I'm going to use it on. So I'm going to actually use it on,
That's
okay, this right here. This is
Yeah.
the side.
It has that character right there on that side, the dark with the shades. Yes.
Right here, right? And then now look at the back. The back is pretty too, but
Yeah. That's the
I
prettier
like the
side.
front.
Yeah. I don't know. I like this side to the front
This
better.
side?
No, the other side to the front.
The other one. Yeah.
Okay,
Because
this
it's
is the
got that
front.
That is the
hole.
front.
Yeah, because it's got that hole in the front of it. So I don't know. To me, it gives it more character on the front side, on this
Yeah.
side, than the other side. The other
So, yeah,
side is cleaner, per se.
Yeah,
But this side
it is.
looks.
But we want that ruggedness,
Yeah.
you know?
I like this side better, but
So yeah, just
Right.
to give you an idea, you know, you start an aquascaping business or anything of that nature, and you're paying, imagine the price, bring
Yeah.
that down to a quarter of the price.
yeah,
So that's what you're looking at.
that's cool.
That's it.
Ozone
Correct, Ozone.
Aquatics. Great to see you.
It does.
I
It
hope
gives
to
it that
see you
depth.
again, and have a great day.
And then the twin, you already saw the twin star that we're using, and then the filtration's right here. I'm gonna show you really quick.
Okay.
So for 250, I went for a 125 gallon tank. I went for 250
50.
gallons filtration. Right here.
Fluval?
Yeah.
Fluval.
Flex
FX7.
4.
4.
FX4.
Yep, the FX4.
Yeah. So I went overkill. Like I doubled up basically.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So that's
nice.
it. That's everything we're
Yeah.
using for that situation.
That's nice.
Oh.
That's nice.
Now I don't pay for any of this, you know, like this is him and they buy all the materials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Right.
just to give you a little tiny quick backstory, if you want to get into aquascaping and you want to go ham like I do, start a business and then people ask you, can I, you know, will you make me a tank? Don't charge them like a lot and then you'll gain experience by doing these scapes, which is what I've done. And
Yeah.
they pay for all the materials. I didn't get paid for the labor. Now I get paid for the labor.
Right,
For the first
right.
2 years, I was using my clients as a tool for me to be able to learn and create. And I got my fix.
Right, right.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
So it's just an idea for those of you at home that don't have the resources. and want to make it like,
Yeah.
want to make the resources happen. Do it
Right.
like that. I sound like a moron. It's too early.
No, it is
No,
easy,
no,
a
you
little
don't.
easier
Actually, you
though to do it in bigger cities like Chicago than say where I'm at, which is Shreveport Bossier. It's just
That is a good point.
it's a little bit easier than that. So if you're in bigger cities, yeah, it's a little bit
Jen,
different.
that's a good point. That's actually why I moved here, because there was so much money to be made.
Yeah. And this,
Well,
I
also-
don't know if y'all have seen it, but there is actually something on there where it shows that Shreveport is one of the poorest cities around.
Wow.
True.
Wow.
But because also Chicago is one of those major cities. and
Chicago's
there's
got a
lot of
very amazing
apartments.
epicenter that in the middle. Yeah, and it brings in a lot of, the festivals, the food, the art. There's just a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
What I'm saying
I'm
is
getting
that-
clients from, all kinds of walks of life and genre. And it's people that don't know what's going on. Like I said, like none of them are experienced. I walk into a catastrophe, but it's really beautiful to see what I can do in Chicago versus Orlando, Florida, where I'm from. I'm very limited, like that said. I wouldn't make a dime out there.
Brookley says, yeah, she doesn't think a successful business down there. But Brookley, you're at least closer to Baton Rouge and New Orleans, even though New
That's
Orleans
really
is also
nice.
poor, but still
Yeah.
bigger cities than what are up here in the northern part of Louisiana. But Ozone is asking, Victoria, do you record all of your setups like for clients, or do you just quick set up in their homes without recording?
Well, sorry, Jess, I was looking at the wrong camera and you were talking, your lips were moving, but I thought I was interrupting. I was. I need to stop looking at that camera. It's that one. Okay, so what did you ask me again? Oh, do I ever film? So
Yeah.
the thing is, I film everything and I haven't because I just got my computer. So I will be releasing everything, Facebook, Instagram. I like to post it everywhere, which is probably
Yeah.
bad for business, but I'm
No.
addicted to it.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
it's
want
good
them
as
to be
long as you
posting
have
all of them.
permission from the clients that it's okay with them.
Yeah, but a lot of people recently, like some of the most beautiful, most meaningful videos that I have filmed, I am not allowed to post. I'm going to give you
Yeah.
an example. I had a wedding that I did, and I was a guest. They were friends of my boyfriend's. I was attending, and I was sitting there watching the whole ceremony unfold. And she had picked the ties to be the same color of the neo-carabiners,
Yeah.
and then the bridesmaids' dresses were the same color of the neo-carabiners, the blue dreams. So I went home that night and I just whipped up this badass fucking tank, filmed the entire thing from the wedding. I filmed the wedding to me coming up with the idea at the wedding, to me coming home, building it, shopping for it, to me taking it to them, to their house, their first house they just bought, setting it up. I have it all, and I can't put it up because they're very conservative, and I'm
Dang.
thrilled to share something like that. It's
Could
just,
you blob them out, like just them?
she
them-
wants the whole thing just for herself, for them. Like it's, I don't understand it. I'm not like that, but I respect it. But there's many like that, like Babylon, the owner, the banter that we have building this nightclub thing is so beautiful. And I want to film it on the backstage because it's up high and I got to crawl into the space and this and that. But then he's worried about the clientele scene behind the house and things that are going to make the business look bad. I get it. So it does get in the way, but I still get my shots.
Do you do contracts?
No. Well, can you break it down a little bit? I'm very new at this. I'm just
Well,
an
I don't know
artist.
if that's something that you have to do, or I don't know if that's something that I think
Oh,
Brennan
you mean
does
literally sign a contract?
do. I think Brennan does do something like that, some kind of
How would I
contract.
Yes,
go
he
about
does.
that?
But
Yes, he has contracts. Yes.
if you do, you could actually put a stipulation in there, kind of slip it in there and say, all of this can be used for,
Promotional purposes.
promotional
Yeah.
purposes.
Here's my thing, Jess. Like when I go into these businesses or I
Mhm.
collaborate with somebody, if
Mhm.
I make you look better, I look better.
Right.
So when I'm working somewhere, it's like it doesn't matter if it's a shithole. I'm gonna make it look like it's made out of fucking gold. It's just how it's the respect that I have for you even letting me collaborate or whatever. So I just wish everybody would be more confident, but it comes from a place of not feeling like you're not good enough or you don't have the coolest equipment or you didn't buy the biggest aquascape. I don't know, but I get it.
Right. All right, you guys, real quick. The coffee cup sponsors today is Jay Oliver's Guppies and Aquatics. I'm still waiting on info from you, Jay, but this is also Miss Dee Dee and Miss Lori are also coffee cup sponsors right now. So here we go. All right. And then give me just a minute. We're going to do the lineup for the day. If you ever get to where you have forgotten who's streaming today or need to find out, who's streaming at that time, you can always go to fishfam.link and look it up in the, there's a live button and it'll tell you who's live at that time. You can also I use it all day. Yeah, I use it all day. Even though we play the live streams, it kind of gives me an idea of, tonight somebody's going to be doing this, but I'm still going to forget. Yeah. And then throughout the middle of the day or like mid-afternoon, a lot of times there's nobody streaming. So I'm like, I got to go see who's streaming. And then there ain't nobody streaming, but it tells me. So.
It's always that time, so no one's streaming. Just saying.
Right. Okay. Well, Dee Dee, did I get one for Thursday? Yeah, I guess it did. There it is. Okay.
I can't do my hearts in the chat. I wanted to so bad. I didn't do a single heart in the chat today. It's bad times.
Here we go.
This is really fun too. I wish I could have set everything up, the camera and all that, but thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you for coming.
Okay, everybody, stay tuned. Have we got something for you? Happy birthday, Jimmy P.
Is it Jimmy P's birthday? I'll be damned.
Now for the Thursday live streams at Eastern Standard Time. Stay tuned. And we start off the morning with Blake's Aquatics at 5 a.m. That's right. Rise and shine, everyone. And next is the Aquatic Morning Show at 10 on Main's Tails, Fur and Fin. That's Jess and the crew. Next up is Ringo's Stand, Afternoon Chat Live at 12:15 p.m. Then we have Misfit Reptiles and Aquatics at 2 p.m. for the pop-up stream. It's Pet Sobics at 5. Yes, Diego. And we have Dream Fish Keeping at 6. That's Jake. All aboard for the Hot Mess Express on Foxy's Fishes at 7. With Foxy, Mary, and Dee Dee. With John and Lisa, K2 Tropicals at 8. $9:30 is Thursday Night Fever on Fish Room Fever with James and Chattanooga Ed. At 10:30 is Craft Ed on Chattanooga Ed's channel with James and Rika Stan. Last up at 11:45 is Rico and the Man with Rika Stan, Chattanooga Ed and James. And that concludes Thursday Night Lineup. And look, Wazoo, thanks for making this information easy to find at fishfam.link and Lefty32138. Thanks for your live stream calendar on your side as well.
All right. Yes. Thank you, Miss Dee Dee and Matt. Of course, thank you for keeping up with all of the info that goes on fishfam.link. You guys remember too that if you are looking to get any shrimp or snail food, that I am a affiliate of Fish Empire, and you get 15% off if you use the code MTFNF. So,
What's that code again?
in Crayfish Empire.
Crayfish Empire.
Yep. I love their snail cookies. I mean, like, I really do. My shrimp love them. So,
Well, I thought you enjoyed them with your coffee.
yeah, just drop a few in and you get your veggies for the day. You get your algae for the day.
Yeah, right.
I wanted to say, tell EJ in chat that I am going to put all of Alex's links in the description just right after the show ends. So they'll be there as well, right under the fish history thing. So if you need to go there as well, you can. But hook up with Alex and I, he can give you a lot more. So Victoria, thank you so much for being here. Tomorrow, you guys, we have Bentley Pasco. Finally.
Nice.
I can't say a year trying to get him. Bentley is finally going to be able to make it on the morning show, so he will be here in the morning. So don't miss it. Other than that, thank you for this.
I will be there tomorrow on the other side.
Sweet.
Hey, Victoria, put in the strip stream. Why don't you put the your link there so I can copy it and put it on the in the chat?
I don't know what you're telling me or where. I feel like I know more than I actually do. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
All right, StreamYard, where we're actually on camera.
Oh, okay, got it.
There's a little private chat. Yeah, put your link in there so I can put it on the in the chat for them.
Okay.
Because I don't think you're on Fish Fam yet. That means you have to. Oh, she got it.
What link am I giving you? Am I giving you my YouTube link or something?
No. Dee Dee put it down. She found it.
Okay.
She got it.
All right. I have a TikTok.
I have a Facebook. I have a YouTube. That's it. Website, so.
And I'll get all that put in the description as well.
And I haven't posted in about 5 months, but I got my equipment. I'm editing like a madman, so I will be live and rolling and doing all of this more fluently very soon.
Sounds great. All right, everybody. With that, Rico is already live, so jump over there and keep the
Don't forget to smash the like.
That's right. Don't forget to smash that like button. Love
Bye.
you guys. See you in the morning. Same time, same place.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jason with Jaguar Aquatics. Thanks for joining me. What the heck is that noise? Do you guys hear that? What the heck is that noise?
Yeah.
I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, a fish nerd, a fish nerd. I got 400 tanks in every room of my house. There's not a prayer in the world of me finding a spouse. I'm spilling water on the floor and all over the wall. No matter if it's carpet, I'm ruining it all. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, a fish nerd, a fish nerd. Scientific names just rolling out my mouth. I love cichlids from the north and plectals from the south. There's a whole lot of folks up in the fish fam. There's Corey and Bob and Jadron. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd. Petco and Walmart, stop killing my fish. I'm tired of rescuing betas that are dying in a dish. Every employee, they just seem to be lost, selling Oscars with guppies, but at what cost? I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd. It's Saturday again, heading to the fish store. I'm addicted to fish, I need more and more. I keep buying more fish, and I don't have the room. I'll put them in the bathtub, let the buying resume. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd. Doing water changes all day and night. I can't get the pH where it seems just right. I do 10, 20, or 30%. So many fish, they need to pay me rent. Fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd. Sucking up the water, crap going up my nose. I can't seem to stop making fish room videos. YouTube, I love you, but you ain't paying squat. Gotta keep a real job, don't like it a lot. I'm a fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd, fish nerd, a fish nerd.